You're watching MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Panther Stadium here at Medina Valley High School, where the Kerrville Tivy Antlers have come to town here for the last regular season game of the year. Kerrville Tivy has already locked up their district championship regardless of what Bernie Champion and Alamo Heights do tonight. Medina Valley still playing for a playoff spot. I'm Jared Lucky, and I will be joined by Maury Stein here in a moment. He's doing the PA for Parents Night here tonight, but he'll be on with me here in a few minutes. But playoff scenario for Medina Valley here tonight. If Medina Valley wins this football game, they're in the playoffs. That's the simple way to look at it. And that would be the best thing, is that Medina Valley wins, they're in. But if the Panthers would lose this football game, it takes an Alamo Heights or a Lockhart loss to get them in the playoffs. Now, Lockhart playing at home tonight against Uvalde. Alamo Heights traveling to Bernie Champion. That is a rivalry game. And don't kid yourself, Bernie Champion has already locked up the number 2 spot, but I know that they would love nothing more than to knock Alamo Heights out of the playoffs. So I don't believe they'll be taking that game lightly there. Now here, it could be a different story. You got to come to play these guys. They're the number 9 ranked team in the state of Texas, and they're very good. And we talked to Coach Crisp on Wednesday night at our show, and he said, they rotate 2 quarterbacks in and out. They've got a defensive line that matches Alamo Heights, and their linebackers are better than what we saw at Alamo Heights. So, Medina Valley's going to have a tough task against them here, but nonetheless, I think that this should be a very good football game. And we're going to come back. We're going to take a break real quick, and then I'll come back, and I'll be joined with Maury, and we'll talk about some of the keys to tonight's ball game. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we will continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Truck Month is back at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest-rated Chevrolet dealership, where you'll get upfront posted pricing with no surprise dealer add-ons. Like on the 2020 Colorado Crew Cab V6, posted at $25,995, plus 3.63% financing for 75 months. Or the all-new 2020 Silverado Texas Edition, posted at only $29,999, or lease for just $330 a month with 0 down. Plus, get a no-charge spray-in bed liner and window tint. With deals like these, it's easy to see why more people are buying from North Park Chevrolet than ever before. Find new roads and experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, a proud member of the K-Leg Auto Group, and a J.D. Power 2019 Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com. Highest rated dealer based on sales volume and customer satisfaction. Call 210-640-3184 for full price details. For J.D. Power 2019 DOE information, visit jdpower.com/DOE.
Headed out to the game? Then make a stop at your local Valley Mart convenience store. With 12 area locations, Valley Mart is always right around the corner. Fuel yourself and your vehicle with quality branded gas and diesel, snacks, and fountain drinks. Always convenient, well lit with clean restrooms. Valley Mart, family owned and operated since 1984, and a proud supporter of Medina Valley athletics and area youth sports for over 30 years.
Garner Abstract and Land Company, a title company with professional service and a personal touch. Garner services real estate transactions, buying, selling, and construction loans for commercial and residential. They specialize in land development and farm and ranch. Garner, offering a commitment to professionalism, confidentiality, and personal service combined with the latest technology. Garner Abstract and Land Company will work to earn your trust. Garner Abstract and Land Company, 830-346-1367. Broadcasting for Medina Valley, the state of Texas, America, and
space, a final frontier.
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Panther Stadium. Kerrville Tivy, Medina Valley getting set to start here in about 12 minutes, and I'm joined here with Maury Stein. And front blew through here. No more rain in the forecast, but cooler night. It's about 52 degrees right now. No wind blowing at the moment. It's a good night for a football game.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Field might be a little slick, but as Jared mentioned, the rain has ceased. It really hadn't rained much all day. Kind of missed it a little bit this morning. But pretty much no rain in the forecast, so we won't have to worry about no lightning delays or anything like that. Jared, what I look forward to is a good football game, a good fundamental football game, and let's hope that the officials don't even have to throw a flag this game.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Maury. And I talked when you were doing the PA a while ago for the parents' night, I was talking about the scenarios here and what this game means. And one of the things that I talked about here is you got to come out and play Kerrville Tivy, but they've locked up the district championship. There's a chance in the second half they might pull their starters out of this game, but you cannot count on that. You got to be prepared to play this the entire game. And as I mentioned, if Medina Valley wins, they're into the playoffs. And to me, and Coach Chris talked about it too, you'd rather have it in your own hands than have to rely on Heights and Lockhart to get beat.
Right, and that's exactly what you mentioned. You win and you're in. You don't have to worry about what happened in the other two ball games. And plus, you keep that winning streak and you stretch it to 5, and you go in with even more momentum into the playoffs because, to be honest with you, last year when we left that Leander Glenn Stadium, I was a little upset because I didn't think that the Panthers put forth, their best effort. It kind of seemed like they might have been looking past it just because it was a new district and a new school. That doesn't mean that them players haven't played for somebody else.
Yeah, that's
and they
exactly
came
right.
out and took control from the opening drive, and Medina Valley never recovered.
Well,
so you want to go into that because Medina Valley went into that game on a 2-game losing streak.
Yeah, they did after Alamo Heights and Kerrville. And the Medina Valley coming off that big 17-10 win at Orem Stadium last week. And one of the other games we'll keep a score on tonight is in that other district. If Medina Valley gets into the playoffs, they'll either be third or fourth, depending on what goes down. They will play either Brenham or Pflugerville Weiss, and that game they're playing each other tonight for their district championship. So whatever ends up 1-2, Medina Valley will play one of those two teams, and that game will be at their home field.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Regardless of what the situation is, Medina Valley will be on the road next week at either one of those two schools. But the whole scenario is, Jared, you win and you're in, and you don't have to worry about somebody else taking care of your business. You take care of your own out here on the field tonight.
That's exactly right, Maury. And I think when you look at this football game, Coach Chris talked about how he felt that these were the best two defenses in the district coming in here. We're going to see two different quarterbacks from Kerrville Tivy. They're going to rotate them in and out. They've got some big receivers. They talked about how they like to try to get to the edges and soften you up there, and then they'll hit you right up the middle once they've done that. And so I would look for Medina Valley early to try to contain that, and I would also look for them to try to eat possession of the football like they did against Alamo Heights and shorten this football game.
Yeah, your best offense tonight may very well be your defense, as it was the case against Alamo Heights, limiting the high-powered Mules offense to minimum possessions. Only gave them one extra possession in that ball game, and that came up big. Medina Valley buckled down and showed why they are one of the top-ranked defenses in this district. And it's simple. You keep your own game. You play under control. You keep your tempers to a minimum and let the game be played in between the hash marks.
You're exactly right, Maury. And we'll go ahead and take another break here before the teams come out on the field. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll continue in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Nothing but the best sports coverage for Medina Valley.
He really grows on you, doesn't he?
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Panther Stadium, and we got a couple of technical difficulty there with that commercial break. We'll get that ironed out for you. But nonetheless, getting ready for both teams to come out on the field here in a minute. We still got about 6 minutes until kickoff, and we talked a little bit about the weather here. Maybe a little bit of a slick field, but the rain subsided. Like Maury said, it was mostly a mist earlier today, and there's no wind blowing really right now. The flagpole out there, the flag on the pole's hanging limp. If there is any wind, it'll be blowing out of the north straight into the Medina Valley crowd, but at the moment, not really a factor. Coach Chris talked in the show on Wednesday night about how Kerrville Tivy was probably the most well-rounded team that Medina Valley's got to face because they've got the special teams, the defense, and the offense that are all very good. They don't really have one big weakness there as Tivy comes out on the field. And I think that your turnover battle is going to be a big key in this game. You cannot turn the ball over to them and give them short fields, and you have to create one yourself.
Well, and we mentioned it before against the other teams that can score like the Antlers can. You can't get more than 2 possessions behind or 2 scores behind. You have to keep the scoreboard in your favor and stay within 1 score. And, the main thing is, Jarrett, is play a clean game and let's just come out of here knowing that the Panthers gave it their best. And if it's anything like we've seen all year, you can guarantee that's going to happen. Yeah,
no, Maury, you're absolutely right. And I think that one of the big keys you hit on there is you can't get down more than 1 possession to this team here because Medina Valley is not a team that's set up to play from behind like that and set up to come back from a large deficit. It doesn't mean that they can't do it, but it's one of those things that if that happens, the odds are really stacked against you, and you don't want to dig yourself in that hole. Last year we went up to Kerrville to play this football game. It was misty, kind of rainy, cold, and Medina Valley was in that football game all the way down to the end of it, to about halfway through that fourth quarter, and it turned against them a play here and there. So, obviously Medina Valley can play with this bunch, and hopefully we have a good football game here this evening.
Well, and I think with the exception of just a couple of players, Medina Valley's coming in healthy, where last year at this point Medina Valley was a little bit banged up and was kind of playing the Tivy Antlers a little shorthanded. Now I think with the exception of a couple players, the Panthers are full force, and like I say, it's up to the Panthers now. It's Parents' Night, so if you can't get excited by having a top-ranked team in the state come in, then I don't know what can get you fired up.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right, Martin. We're going to take a break for the national anthem. You're listening to Panther Football, and we'll continue in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community 80 years ago, and for 80 years we've delivered safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to be a part of this community and continue to serve beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, giving back to libraries, hosting safety presentations, and so much more. We belong to this community and are honored to do so. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or at medinaec.org.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I mean, I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it?
Okay.
All right! Swiping now!
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
Security State Bank, your financial partner since 1925 with one simple goal, to be the best bank possible to the families and businesses of South Texas. Check out Security State Bank's competitive rates and services from local people you know and trust. Serving South Texas with 7 convenient locations, including 1726 Highway 90 East in Kerrville. Call 830-538-9898 or online at securitystbk.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
You're watching Medina Valley Football. This is the Medina Valley Sports Network.
All these little moments we will cherish forever. Amen.
Welcome back here to Panther Stadium here as we ready for this game. Both teams out on the field. They played the national anthem. And one more thing, Medina Valley Athletic Boosters are in the middle of selling raffle tickets for their major fundraiser of the year, 30 prizes in 30 days. As a result of this fundraiser, we were able to give $10,000 in scholarships and gave back over $10,000 to our sports teams this year. You can purchase a raffle ticket at Jukes, Hillside Boutique Hotel, Community National Bank, in Kerrville and Lacoste, 3D Landscaping, MV Spirit Store, Minute Grain and Feed Store, or send us a message via Facebook. You can follow us on on Facebook at Medina Valley Athletic Booster Club. And the captains headed out on the field here for this ball game. For the Tivy Antlers, it's going to be number 9, Trapper Pennell. Number 50 is Cole Mixon. Number 17 is Brooks McCoy. And number 4, Cole Mears. And they have one more out there. I'll get you that number when I can. For Medina Valley, they're going to send out number 21, Taylor Weir, number 60, Spencer Payne, number 63, Zach Hecker, and number 9, Charlie Marsh. And 44 is the other captain for Kerrville Tivy. That's Gonzalo Hernandez. And so Tivy wins the toss into first, so we're going to see Medina Valley get the ball first, which is a rare thing here. We haven't seen Medina Valley get the ball first pretty much all season.
Well, what Coach Chris said, you got the best 2 defenses in the district here, so Kerrville Tivy's probably done the same thing Medina Valley has done. If they win the toss, put your strongest side of the ball out there first.
And 2 of their captains, Trapper Pennell and Cole Mears, are their 2 quarterbacks that they rotate in, number 4 and number 9. We're going to see them a lot this year, or this game. And so the Panthers are going to get the football to start this ball game. Medina Valley wearing their all-black uniforms, black jerseys, black pants with white numbers. With white numbers and white letters on the front, black pants with the orange MV on one side and the orange number on the other. For Kerrville Tivy, they wear white jerseys with gold pants, blue numbers on the front, gold helmets with the blue T on it for Tivy. And they're ready to boot this ball away. Medina Valley will be receiving and moving left to right to start the ball game. And this has been a much anticipated game all week for Medina Valley, and we're about ready to get it going. For the Panthers, they'll send out Braden Haney. Tanner Bippert and also Tyler Mangum back deep to receive. And we are ready to go here. Like number 8, Jared Zirkle will be doing the kicking, and he's ready to put his foot into it. A high end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for at the 1-yard line and made by Braden Haney. And so the Panthers will get it 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Smart
That's
play
where
there.
we'll start. I agree there. You know, they get down there in a hurry. They talked about that. And, you're going to start at the 25-yard line, and let's start the game.
And believe me, the Panthers have started in a lot worse spots than that this year.
Yeah, no, you're right. They've started on kickoffs, especially. It started inside their own 15 a few times. So the Panthers will come straight out to the line of scrimmage here. Out of the shotgun, Charlie Marsh. Gibson is loaned back to the left. They have 4 wide receivers. Takes the snap, give to Gibson. Trying to make a man miss. He does, trying to turn the corner. Puts his shoulder down. He picks up 4 or 5 yards there on the play. Good hard run by Gibson. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6.
Hayden Poe on the stop there. Gibson did a good job. Tried to hit it inside. He had to bounce out outside and establish the corner. Got about 4 yards. Big defensive lineman Poe on the stop there for the Antlers.
Gets up to the 29-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Trips out left. Same formation as the last play. Marsh out of the gun. Ball in the near hash. Hands it Gibson right up the middle, and he gets covered up right away. Maybe gets 2 yards up to the 31. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, getting up from the bottom of the pile. Cole Mixon for the Antlers. Pretty big up front, as Coach Cripps said. Got a big defensive line out there.
And that'll put you in 3rd down and 4 on your opening possession of the ball game. As Mason Vogel brings that play in from the sideline, and they'll come to the line of scrimmage here. 10:53 to go, first quarter, just underway. Trips left for the Panthers. Gibson the lone back, Marsh out of the gun. 3rd down and 4. The corners creep up close for Tivy. Takes that snap, looking to throw over the middle towards Haney, and that's going to be incomplete.
Ball was overthrown. Number 22 was on the coverage there, Race Reisinger, and that ball was just thrown where Jared nobody could get a hand on that.
Yeah, no, you're right. He just overthrew him. You know, if he leads him, he might have a shot at it, but nonetheless, it goes an incomplete pass. It's 4th down and 4, and the Panthers have to punt on 3 and out on their opening drive. And so for the Panthers, Eric Klessel ready to boot it away. A good snap. He gets the punt off. A spiraling kick that's going to be taken at the 35-yard line. Gets through the first wave of guys, but then he's taken down around the 43-yard line. That's where Tivy will have it 1st down and 10. That was number 27, Colson Abel on the return.
Medina and Salzman on the stop there for Medina Valley.
And so Kerrville Tivy will come out on offense for the first time here this evening. 10:29 to go, first quarter. And the Antlers will bring it out. And we'll see number 9 in there at quarterback, Pennell, and they're going to empty the backfield. Trapper Pennell out of the shotgun. They have 4 wide receivers out to the right of the formation here. Takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Sets up, fires, right side, complete across midfield up to the 45-yard line. Picks up 13 yards and a 1st down.
Grant Snyder and Dawson Grove on the coverage.
That was complete to Brooks McCoy, number 17 for the Antlers over on that right side.
McCoy just went 2 yards past the sticks in a little in pattern. Good throw by Pennell.
Right back to the line of scrimmage. They have a 3-man bunch out to the left looking to throw again. Pennell with time. Fires over the middle. Complete. Hit right away by Mangum and taken down. That pass was complete to Stoney Rhodes. And
wow, a good spot.
Yeah, and they're going to give him 9 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 1.
No yards after the catch.
And Tivy right now just finding the padding in that zone and sitting right in him in those gaps. Out of the gun again. Takes that snap. Pennell looking to throw deep down the right side, and he overthrew everybody down there. Pass was intended for number 17, Rhodes.
Tanner Bippett running stride for stride.
And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Panthers defense can take a little bit of a breather right here, but Tivy moving quick.
3rd and 1 here. Back to the line, 4 wide out of the gun. Pennell looking to run it right side on that sweep. trying to get the corner. He's going to be close to the first down. I think he's going to have it.
I think he's going to have just enough as Weir made the tackle.
He got a decent spot there, and they're going to get the first down.
By about the length of a football, but that's it.
And that was, Coach Chris talked about that sweep that he likes to run to the outside there. They only let him get a yard, but it does get him the first down. 1st and 10, ball at the 34-yard line. Takes the snap, gives it for the first time. Number 10 up the middle. He's going to get a couple of yards. That's Fisher Middleton on the carry. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Hecker and Ferguson getting up from the bottom of that pile.
Update Uvalde with an early lead over Lockhart, 7-0 early in that ball game. Tivy right back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, 8 to go. Empty backfield, 5 wide. Pennell looking to throw. Steps up, fires over the middle, and that's almost picked off. Taylor Weir had it in his hands and unfortunately couldn't bring it down. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8, but, Taylor, he was right there for the pickings, and he just couldn't bring it in.
They were picking on that open spot in that zone the previous 4 passes. That time Medina Valley dropped its 2 linebackers back into coverage. Weir was 15 yards down the field making that defensive play. Almost brought it in for a pick.
3rd down and 8 out of the gun. 3 wide left for Kerrville. They move right to left. 9:04 to go first. Pennell looking to throw. Sets up, fires right side, and that's over the head of his intended receiver, McCoy, and that brings up 4th down, and we'll see what Tivy elects to do.
Ferguson putting pressure on the quarterback. Had to throw that one a little prematurely. The receiver never saw it. It was over his head before he made his turn.
Yeah, he was running an out route out there, and when he turned around, the ball was right at his head.
Actually, Bippert saw the ball better than the receiver
They're going to go for it here on 4th down and 8 to go. Split backs with 3 wide. Pennell out of the gun. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Sets up, fires right side. That's going to be incomplete. What a hit put on at the end. There's a flag down.
I think you're going to get a pick. I think you're going to get an offensive pass interference. They ran a little pick play, and Bippert with a shot separating the ball from the receiver.
That's number 16, the intended receiver. No, it's not. They don't have a 16 on their roster. That's number 10, Fisher Middleton, and that is going to be declined on the penalty, and that will be 1st and 10 Medina Valley, a turnover on down. So that Panther defense bent a little bit, but they didn't break. They hold. Turnover on downs, 8:55 to go, and we'll see if that offense can move the football.
Panthers would have been the beneficiary of a pass interference call, but if that flag ain't thrown, Tanner Bippert just separated the receiver from the ball. They're a big hit on the sidelines by Bippert.
Out of the gun, Medina Valley from their own 33. They'll send a man in motion. They give it to Gibson, trying to work it up the middle, and he's going to get a yard on the play, maybe about 1.5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and a long 8.
Trying to pound that middle of the line by the Medina Valley Panthers, but nothing doing by that big defensive front. Leading the charge was Hayden Barnett.
And Garza will bring in the play from the sideline here. And they, we heard about Tivy's ability to throw the ball. They came out, they only handed it off once, and they ran 1 quarterback keeper. Every other one was a pass. Out of the gun here on 2nd and 8, Marsh. 3 wide outright, Doyen to the left. Give Gibson up the middle. Room to run across the 40, 45, 1st down and more up to midfield. Big run there by Gibson, about 17 yards, and it's going to be 1st down Medina Valley from the 50-yard line.
James Gibson handing out some punishment out there. Ran over a couple of Antlers. He was brought down by Colson Abel, but a big, hard run. That time the line opened a hole. That left side of the Panthers line there, a big hole for James Gibson.
First down of the ball game from Medina Valley, right back to the line here. 3 wide out to the right. Doyen to the left, ball at midfield. Give Gibson again on the left side of that line. He's got another 6 yards. They'll give him 5 on the play up down to the Tivy 45-yard line.
Dominic Jefferson, senior for the Antlers on the stop. But good hard running once again between the tackles. 6 yards, 5 yards.
Yep, 2nd down and 5 upcoming here. And, that's the first 2 times Medina Valley's tried the left side of that line, both times successfully. We'll see if they stick with that throughout the game. Colton Drake bringing Tanner Habe bringing that play in from the sideline for Medina Valley. They'll send 3 wide to the right. Gibson the lone back. And Marsh
directing a little bit of traffic.
Yeah, making some receivers go to some different places. Takes the snap, looking to throw off the play action, fires it, incomplete, it's in the air high, and it's going to be picked off by Tivy back across the 50. Big man running up across the 35, 30, 15. He's brought down inside the 10-yard line.
That's Gonzalo Hernandez on the tip drill. The pass was intended for Havey. It went right off his hands up in the air. A couple of Tivy Antlers were fighting for it. Got away from them, and number 44 takes it and almost runs it in. Charlie Morse with a touchdown-saving tackle. Big turnover there.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I mean, and that ball, hit him right in the hands, popped probably 20 feet up in the air, and nobody was around there from Medina Valley to try to knock that down or come away with it after that. They're going to have first down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Kerrville Tivy with 6:50 to go here in the first quarter. And that is not what Medina Valley was looking for there. You give Tivy this short field, and we'll see if that defense can step up here. Pennell still in there at quarterback. Three-man bunch to the right, one to the left. Single back to his right. And now
delay a
game going to be against Kerrville Tivy.
Oh, they got a timeout.
Yep, they did. They called a timeout. They gave it to him. So first timeout taken by Kerrville Tivy, and that's brought to you by 3D Landscaping. Or take that back. That's brought to you by Garner Abstract and Land. Sorry about that. Said the wrong place there. But taking their first timeout, they'll have two remaining, 6:50 to go. And up until that point, that was the start Medina Valley drew up. Their defense got a big stop. Your offense started moving the ball. Unfortunately, they got a big turnover right there. And if you're the Panthers here, I think the big part of this is limit them to a field goal if you can.
Yeah. Well, and on that interception, Charlie Morse, they centered the ball with a second left. The Panthers almost got flagged for a delay of game. I'm surprised that they didn't get a timeout from the sidelines with the clock going down that far.
Well, here we go back to the action here. Out of the timeout, Tivy to the line. Three-man bunch to the right. Pennell out of the gun, takes a snap. He's looking to throw left side, swings it out complete into the backfield, gets across the 10 down to the 5-yard line. That was number 10, Fisher Middleton, on the reception. It'll be second down and about 3.
Zach Hecker and Michael Tomaselli on the stop.
Ball at the 5. Second down and about 4 to go. They can get a first down inside the 1. Pennell running that sweep out to the right, looking for some room. Gets across the 5. Not going to have a first down, though. Maybe to the 4-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and about 3.
Grant Snyder and Zach Hecker on the stop.
6:14 to go here in the first quarter. Third down and 3 upcoming. Ball spotted at the 4-yard line. They'll come to the line here. Middleton, the lone back, with 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side here. Low snap, it's on the ground, picks it up, trying to roll out to the right. He's got all day to run, and he's in for the touchdown.
They had Jared Marty lassoed back there. He could not get off of the contact from the lineman, and how can that not be called? The official is looking right at that. That is his job to look at that play, and he was totally had a full jersey of number 16.
And Pennell fumbled that snap, picked it up, and just ran it to the outside on that broken play.
And Coach Mo is irate on the sidelines.
And so that is going to make it 6-0 here. And Zirkle on to try to tack on this extra point. Kick is up, and he boots it straight through. So with 5:55 to go in the first quarter, your score, Kerrville Tivy 7, Medina Valley nothing, and Coach Mo still giving an earful to that referee on the sideline.
And the referee's answering him back.
Yeah, he's telling him to go back, but, he had every right to be upset right there. And unfortunately, they score first, 7 points off the turnover. If you're Medina Valley, you got to come back and answer now. And hope they, maybe they'll get a makeup call here somewhere in this ball game.
Well, it better be worth 6 points.
No, you're exactly right, because that was third down and 3. That would have made it third down and 13.
It'd have made it. Yeah, he'd have lost about 6 or 7 yards on that play.
And so Zirkle ready to boot it away. You've got Haney, Bippert, and Mangum back deep to receive.
Kickoff sponsored by
Royce Grove Oil and Exxon.
Think they boot this one high again,
Oh,
Jared?
yeah, they'll do the same thing. Zirkle ready to kick it away. End over end kick, that's going through the end zone. I mean, he kicked it 1 yard before the back line of the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Well, I think he probably realized that if he pops it up and it's inside the 25-yard line, the Panthers are probably instructed to call a fair catch.
Yeah, and so Medina Valley will get this ball 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line, and Medina Valley had a little bit going on that last possession until that interception. And it's kind of hard to fault Charlie Marsh right there. His receiver had it right in his hands and popped straight up in the air. So we'll see what Medina Valley can do here, down 7-0. Marsh out of the gun. 3 wide, out to the left of the formation. Man in motion, takes the snap. Marsh looking to run it himself, but cross the 25, and he's only going to get 1 yard. A lot of closing speed from that Tivy defense, and they'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that was Cole Mixon on the stop. He had 2 of his running backs in front of him, Gibson and Pardo, but number 50 fought through there and got Marsh down with just about a yard gain.
So 2nd down, 9 upcoming. Ball at the 26-yard line. Medina Valley will bring that play in from the line of scrimmage. And they'll come to the line with 4 wide, 2 on each side of their formation. Gibson, the lone back. Panthers still moving left to right. Takes the snap. Marsh to throw. Shovel pass to Gibson. Got some room. Up across the 30 to the 35. Fights through a tackle. Up across the 35 to about the 39-yard line, 38-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards and a 1st down for Medina Valley. We've seen that play a couple of times the last 2 weeks, and it's worked very well.
Colson able on the stop for the Antlers, but Gibson putting some punishment on the tacklers. He was running hard right there.
Yeah, he got 4 more yards after the initial contact, and he just shook right through that tackle. 4:55 to go here in the first quarter.
But sometimes wear and tear on the body, it might be better sometimes just maybe going down a little bit more instead of taking that extra pounding.
Out of the gun, man in motion. Marsh to keep it himself, and he's not going to get away. He's taken down in the backfield, loses himself 3 or 4 yards on the play. That was a misdirection. They faked the handoff to Pardo, and Marsh was going to try to go the other way and did not fool that Tivy defense.
Yeah, the left defensive end came in crashing on that Peyton Ho, and nothing doing there. Loss on the play.
2nd down and 13 upcoming here for Medina Valley. Ball moves back to the 31-yard line. Medina Valley to the line of scrimmage. 3 wide, out to the right. Gibson, the lone back. Doyen by himself out to the left side. Doyen to throw, sets up, fires deep to Haney, makes the catch across midfield, down across the 45-yard line to about the 43. Big catch there by Haney on a little post route in traffic. 1st down, Medina Valley.
Caught it right in front of Race Reisinger. Just a little crossing pattern, 15 yards down the field, got about 4 after it. But in traffic, once again, Hayden brings the ball in. That was a good throw by Charlie Marsh there, right on target.
Ball at the 42-yard line of Kerrville Tivy. 3:35 to go here in the first quarter.
As soon as Haney broke across on his pattern, the ball was right there.
Trips out to the left here for Medina Valley. Takes that snap. Give to Gibson up the middle, through the line, across the 40, down to about the 36, 37-yard line. Pretty good pickup on 1st down for Gibson.
Gonzalo Hernandez on the stop for the Antlers.
Give him 6 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for Medina Valley.
3rd possession of the ball game for Medina Valley. In plus territory here.
Down to the 36-yard line is where the ball's spotted here. As the Panthers get that play in through Vogel from the sideline. They'll come to the line of scrimmage here. 12 on the play clock. Gibson, the lone back. 2 wide receivers on each side here for the Panthers. Marsh takes the snap, gives it, and keeps it himself up the middle, down across the 30. He's going to have a 1st down to the 30-yard line. 1st down, Medina Valley. A pickup of about 7 or 8 yards there for Marsh on the keeper.
Dominic Jefferson on the stop. But that was a great job by James Gibson of selling that.
Yep.
As he was tackled by 2 defenders and he didn't even have the football.
30.
Yeah, great read by Charlie Marsh.
Ball at the 30-yard line here. First down and 10 for the Panthers. Tanner Habe bringing that play in. 2:15 to go, first quarter. Marsh from the gun, trips out right. Ball on the left hash. Panthers still moving left to right. Gibson, the lone back. Takes that snap. Marsh to throw. Sets up. Fires down the middle to Haney. Complete to the 10-yard line. And we got a player down back around the 35-yard line.
We got a flag down in the pocket, too.
Yep. That's and that's a hold against the Panthers. They get Medina Valley for a hold there, and that play's coming back. It would have been 1st and 10 from the 11. Instead, they're going to bring it back, and Medina Valley's been the unfortunate, on the wrong side of a couple of calls here. And they're going to move it back here. It's going to bring up first down and 20. Ball moves back to the 40-yard line. See what the Panthers can do here. Injured player for the Panthers got up, came off the sideline, or came over to the sideline on his own power. And
been nursing that ankle injury for weeks now. And, if you've ever had one, they're hard to get rid of.
And so Medina Valley to the line, 4 wide, 2 on each side. Marsh going to keep it, going to throw it, and it's complete out to Doyen up to the 30. Gets the penalty back, a 10-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Good catch by Mason Doyen. Jack Patterson on the covers, but that gets you the penalty yards back. Didn't have to get them back all at once, but you got half of them back.
No, you're exactly right.
Or you got all of them back, and you still got your original 10 now.
Uvalde leading Lockhart 14-7, and Champion beating Alamo Heights 7-0 at the moment. And Medina Valley here, 2nd down and 10.
Under a minute to go.
3 wide out right. Marsh takes that snap. Looking to throw. Sets up. Fires deep down the left side. He's got a man. Did he make the catch? He did. That's Doyen down at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, Medina Valley. Looks like they'll spot him at the 5. Big catch there by Doyen as he came back to make that play.
He fought through number 24, Patterson, to get to the ball. I'm surprised that wasn't a flag thrown on that one because Mason Doyen was being covered and grabbed all over the place. Got inside the defensive back, a great catch, coming back and helping the quarterback out.
And it's 1st and goal from the 7 is where they spot that football. Trips out to the right. Gibson, the lone back. Panthers trying to punch one in here. Marsh takes the snap. Going to keep it himself and get run over at the 10-yard line. Loses 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 10, and that is going to end the first quarter of play. And so your score after 1 is going to be Kerrville Tivy 7, Medina Valley nothing. Medina Valley will have it 2nd down and goal as we switch into the field. We will take a break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we will continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Double T Outfitters offers deer, dove, turkey, quail, and exotic hunts in Southwest Texas on over 20,000 low-fenced acres. They facilitate professional guide services, lodging, and fantastic meals while providing the best in Southwest hunting. Contact Double T Outfitters to find out details about their current package hunts. Contact owner Brett Ferguson at 210-413-1597 or online at doublethunting.com. Who has the best sports coverage for Medina Valley? We do.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Panther Stadium. As we switch into the field, we go to the second quarter. Medina Valley trailing Kerrville Tivy 7-0, but Medina Valley has 2nd down and goal from the 10-yard line. And Medina Valley trying to cap off a drive here, and other than that turnover that led to the Tivy touchdown, the Panthers have played very well here, but we saw this against Alamo Heights. You've got to finish off drives. You can't leave points out on the field. Out of the shotgun, they'll go with 2 wide on each side. Gibson, the lone back. Panthers now moving right to left. Marsh takes the snap, looking to throw, sets up, fires it, complete down to the 3-yard line to Doyen, and he's going to be taken down at the 2. And it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line.
They moved Colson Abel over there to that side on Doyen. He was getting the coverage from Jack Patterson. They switched around when they saw Doyen out by himself. Almost got into the end zone.
3rd down and goal from the 2. And they'll bring in the play here from the sideline. And the Panthers come to the line of scrimmage. Trips out to the right. Gibson, the lone back. Doyen to the left by himself. Takes the snap. Give Gibson, and he marches into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, Medina Valley. A 2-yard run by Gibson. And pending the extra point, we can have a tie ball game here.
That is just exactly what the Panthers needed. And, Jared, that time overcoming a couple of penalties.
And
1st and 20, and Medina Valley still kept that offense going.
And ate up over 5-6 minutes, the clock doing it. And so Pablo Sandoval will try to tack on the extra point. He gets it up, and not his best kick, but he knocks it through somehow. And so with 11:13 to go in the first half, your score, Medina Valley 7, Kerrville Tivy 7. Got a tie ball game here, and, Medina Valley, other than that turnover, have played very well in this ball game. Now they just need to keep it up, and we'll see what that defense can do. They've got some rest now. They're going to come back out there, and we'll see if they're up to stopping this Tivy offense.
Well, and you had them in the 3rd down on the series before, and they scored. And we are Medina Valley announcers, but there was a blatant hold on that play that enabled the quarterback to reach the end and get into the end zone.
So Kerrville Tivy will send number 4, Mears, and I believe that's number 10, Middleton, back deep. No, actually that's number 17, Brooks McCoy, back deep to receive, as Pablo Sandoval will try to boot it away here for the Panthers. 2 men back deep. We'll see what Pablo wants to do. We've seen him kick them down inside the 5-yard line this year. And we'll see if maybe he wants to pop one up also. And so we're ready to go. 11:13 to go, first half. Tie ball game, 7-7 here between Medina Valley and Kerrville Tivy. And this kickoff brought to you by Royce Grove Valley Mart and Exxon stations. And a high end-over-end kick is going to be fair caught by Mears inside the 5, and it'll be 1st and 10, Kerrville Tivy from the 25-yard line. Good kickoff there by Sandoval.
Sandoval showing off his leg there.
And so that Tivy offense will come back out on the field.
See if we can't even up the turnover battle. That would be nice, Jared.
It would. Trapper Pinnell's been their quarterback so far in this ball game, and it looks like they're going to stick with him here. We know that Coach Chris said they like to rotate Mears and him, but they're sticking with Pinnell here so far. 3 wide out to the left here for Tivy, 1 to the right. Middleton, the lone back. Pinnell takes the snap, gives to Middleton, trying to get to the outside. Nowhere to run. He's going to lose a yard or 2 on the play. Good job by that Panther defensive front, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 11.
He was thrown down backwards behind the line of scrimmage by big Trace Ferguson. And, Jerry, if you can remember correctly, last year, Mears was the young man that came in relief after their quarterback got injured.
And Pinnell will go from the gun here. 4 wide, takes the snap, looking to throw, fires it complete, and down right away as Mears makes that catch, gets 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Stubing on the coverage there for Medina Valley. And, yeah, Mears actually started because their starting quarterback was out. I remember him having to fill in.
Yeah, he got hurt during warm-ups and didn't play.
Well, I think they were trying to see if he was healthy enough, I believe.
3rd down and 9 coming up here for the Antlers. 3 wide out right, takes the snap, looking to throw. Under some pressure, lets it fly. Deep down the left side, Bippert in coverage. There was a lot of – he made the catch, and he's down inside the 20, down to the 15. There was a lot of hands playing that time by the Tivy offensive wide receiver that time. Didn't call it, and he's down inside the 20-yard line.
That was number 17, Brooks McCoy, and he just reached – over the top of Bippert. Bippert had good coverage, but he just got out wrestled for the football.
And Pinnell threw it out in front where only his man could get to the football. Out of the gun here, 1st down and 10 from the 17. Pennell takes the snap, looking to throw, left side, fires over the head of everybody, incomplete, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
And Coach Mo is furious once again as Joe Tarvin is having to get his jersey straight. His whole left side of his shoulder pad was hanging out of his uniform.
Out of the gun with 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side here for the Antlers. 2nd down and 10 for Tivy. Pennell takes that snap. He's looking to throw right side, incomplete over the head of Mears, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Number 2, Mangum on the coverage for Medina Valley. Big 3rd down. You know that they
had him in 3rd and 9 a while ago, and they picked up about 50 yards, 60 yards.
Depending on if they get any yards here or what they get, if they don't get a 1st down, you know they have a field goal kicker that can kick it.
Yeah, absolutely. 3rd down, 10 to go here. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Takes a snap, rolling out left. Looks like he wants to run all the way. Tries to cut it up the field down to about the 15. He's going to be very short, well short of the 1st down. Gets it down to the 14-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 5 to go.
J.J. Marty.
4th and more
Stubing.
than that.
And Jared, you know what? I think they just ran into that side of the field because for a right-footed kicker, that is a better angle than the hash mark on the right.
When this is Jared Zirkle ready to try to boot it through. Ball's at the 21. This is a 31-yard attempt. Ball's on that left hash mark. Yeah, he is committed to University of Georgia. Snap is down. Kick is up.
No good.
And it is going to be no good. Wide to the right. Maury called that. I was waiting for the officials to make the call, but it is wide to the right. He missed it. And so that Panther defense held. They got a break right there. And that is going to be a turnover on downs, basically, and the Panthers will have it 1st and 10 from the 15. It's still 7-7 with 9:07 to go 1st half.
And if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, that's the worst 2 words you want to hear.
Wide
right. Yeah, this young man is going to be replacing a young man that's probably has a chance to win the Groza Award, Rodrigo Blankenship for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think last year he kicked, a 59-yarder? Yeah, he kicked it over a 60-yarder in a game. I saw a video of it.
That was against Bernie Champion.
Yeah, to win the game, I believe. So the Panthers come out of the gun with 4 wide. Gibson, the lone back, takes the snap. Marsh trying to keep it himself out to the right side, and he's nothing doing on that keeper. Maybe a yard on the play.
Swallowed up there by Dominic Jefferson.
Coach Chris said you're going to see 10 guys around the football when you try to run it, and that's what we've seen from Tivy. They swarmed to that football. 2nd down and 9 upcoming.
And I've noticed, just looking at the grades, Pennell and Mears, they are both seniors. So was Pennell the quarterback that Mears came in and replaced last year?
Yes, he was. Out of the gun, 3 wide out left. Panthers still moving right to left here. Doyen by himself to the right. Takes the snap. Marsh looking to throw. Now he's going to roll out to the right, still looking to throw, and he floats it out of bounds. Nobody out there, and that's going to just go as an incompletion and bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, Medina Valley not a favorable position here now, 3rd and 9 with a team that really likes to pound the ball. You might see that little bubble screen here with Haney across the middle here for the Panthers.
Garza will bring the play in from the sideline. 3rd down, 9 to go here. Ball spotted at the 21-yard line. Need to get up to the 30 for a 1st down. 8:18 to go here in the 1st half. Gibson the lone back, 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left. Marsh from the gun takes that snap, looking to throw. Sets up the screen to Haney over the middle. Made the first man miss, but he just got his foot and turned him over at the 25-yard line. He's going to be 5 yards shy, and the Panthers will have to punt. If he gets by him, he picks up the 1st down.
That was the pass, the play we said we were going to see. Number 42, Reagan Robertson, with a shoestring tackle. The Panther lineman just could not get down there to make that first block. Or Haney has a 1st down and a lot more.
And so Kessel ready to boot it away here. On the punt, low snap, handled it though, and he gets the punt away, and it's going to take a Bounced straight out of bounds at the 44-yard line of Kerrville Tivy, so decent field position to work with for the Antlers, but a decent punt for Medina Valley to get out of the shadow of their own goalpost there. And Tivy will have it 1st and 10 from their own 44 with 7:39 to go here in the first half, and we're still in a tie ball game.
Yeah, putting your defense back out there again, though, didn't give them much of a breather on the sidelines there.
No, especially there you went 3 and out, and, you know, that those
3
drives.
and out in 2 passes.
Yeah, and you know, like Medina Valley did earlier where they drove the ball down the field and ate some clock, that's what they need here and keep that defense fresh off the field. Pennell back out there out of the gun, 4 wide receivers for him, 3 to the right. Takes the snap, gonna fire quickly, complete number 2 up to midfield, and that is Stony Rhodes on the reception.
Grant Snyder on the stop there for Medina Valley.
They spot him just across the 50. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 4 to go. Right back to the line of scrimmage, this time 3 wide to the left. Takes the snap, looking to throw, complete Mears up to the 40, and he's brought down around the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Antlers. Look what Kerrville doing now. They're making these quick hitters there, just quick little slants and trying to get some yards after the catch.
Stubing and Grove were on the stop there for Medina Valley.
Out of the gun again, Pennell to throw. Looking left, throws quickly, a little out route, complete, picks up 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 down to the 35-yard line.
That time, Rhodes, all he could do was do a good job of just bringing that ball in. They got it right off the turf.
Tivy right back at it. 2nd down, 6 to go, out of the gun. Takes the snap, hands to Middleton up the middle. Little bit of room, but then he's going to be stopped short of the 1st down around the 32-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 to go.
Tarvin, Ferguson, and Hecker on the stop there for Medina Valley. 3 of the 4 defensive linemen there.
3rd down, 3 here. We'll see what the Panther defense can stiffen up here. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Pennell takes the snap to throw, looks to throw, left side, complete. Mears up to the 15, made one man miss. Now he's running left to right, trying to get upfield, and he's going to get knocked down around the 6-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, Tivy from around the 5. Ooh.
Grant Snyder finally on the stop.
Mears made that reception and then made about 3 guys miss him. Out of the gun, Pennell looking to run left side. Shakes away from 1 tackler, shakes away from 2, but not a 3rd, and he's dropped at the 5. No gain on play. It'll bring up 2nd down and goal.
Devin Stubing in the backfield there. Blew that play up. Joe Tarvin, actually it was, number 44 in the backfield. Ferguson cleans him up at the line of scrimmage.
Pennell from the gun with 4 wide receivers again here on 2nd and goal. Takes the snap, looking to throw left side in the air, incomplete. Mears couldn't haul it in, and number 1 there, Dawson Grove on the coverage, almost had that one in his hands too.
They were both fighting for it.
Falls incomplete. It's 3rd down and goal from the 5.
Good inside coverage there by Grove. Big 3rd down right here.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
7-point play probably.
Out of the shotgun, 3 wide to the right for the Antlers.
4-point play.
Out of the gun, takes a low snap, looking to throw left side, complete, touchdown. Number 11 on the reception, Colton Drake. A 5-yard touchdown pass from Pennell to Drake, and pending an extra point right now, 13-7, your score, Kerrville Tivy.
Faked a little in route and then took it to the pylon in the corner of the end zone. Good throw, a good pass play, a good throw, and Tivy adds 6.
You know, they move the ball fast, and they like to go fast. Zirkle on for the extra point. Low snap. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:27 to go here in the first half, your new score, Kerrville Tivy 14, Medina Valley 7. Still 5:27 to go here. Tivy did a good job forcing Medina Valley to a 3-and-out on their last possession. Now the Panthers need to do something here to eat up some clock because you'd like to score here before half. Tivy's going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, you want to score and you want to not leave much time to where Tivy has the possession.
Oh, because
they
they
go
can
ahead
score in
by
a
2
hurry.
scores before half and then get the ball to start the second half.
Panthers will send back Bippert, Haney, and Mangum for the return. Zirkle will tee it up for the Antlers. 5:27 to go here in the first half. An update around the district. In the second quarter, Uvalde 21, Lockhart 10. And Bernie Champion 14, Alamo Heights nothing in the second quarter. And also in the other district, Brenham and Pflugerville Weiss tied at 7 at halftime. And so Zirkle ready to boot it away. He does. A high end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for at the goal line and made by Braden Haney, and the Panthers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
You cannot go 3 and out right here.
No, you got to move the football. You got to eat some clock and give your defense a little bit of a breather here. Panthers will come out with 5:27 to go, and they'll come straight to the line of scrimmage. Marsh will be from the gun. They'll have 3 wide to the left. 1 out to the right side here. Gibson, the lone back. Medina Valley going going right to left. They'll send a man in motion, Pardo. They'll give Gibson right up the middle. Gets it up to about the 27, 28-yard line, a pickup of 3 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7.
Flores on the stop there for the Antlers. Big number 70, big defensive tackle for Kerrville.
So 2nd down, 7 to go here for the Panthers. As we tick down past 5 minutes to go here in the half. Marsh from the gun. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side of his formation. Gibson, the lone back to the left. Takes that snap. Marsh going to keep it himself. Cuts it up the field across the 30, up to about the 34-yard line. Going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Colson Abel first on the scene there for the Antlers.
Big 3rd and 1 here for the Panthers. You got to pick up this yard. Ball at the 39, needs to get it to the 40. Garza brings that play in from the sideline with 4:24 to go. They're going to come out here in the I formation. Gibson, the fullback. Pardo dots the I. 3 wide receivers. Tivy stacks the line of scrimmage on defense. Timeout taken by Medina Valley as Charlie Marsh calls timeout. That'll be their first. And I think they just wanted to look it over when they didn't see what they liked. You know, we're going to take a timeout. I think the coaching staff realizes just how big of a 3rd down this is and how big of a yard this is for the Panthers at this moment.
That was a good timeout for Medina Valley. Looked and saw what defensive package Tivy was going to set up there on 3rd and short. See if Medina Valley changes it up a little bit.
Well, and, 4:10 to go here, and, you can't go 3 and out here. Your defense has been on the field a lot. The last part of that or the whole beginning of this second quarter. And so we'll see if those Panthers can get this yard here. And, this is both teams with 2 timeouts remaining now, but this is a huge yard here for the Panthers early in this football game. Ball at the 34-yard line, needs to get it to the 35. Panthers huddle up out of the timeout. Tivy to the line of scrimmage here. And here come the Panthers. They're going to come from the gun. 3 wide out right. Gibson, the lone back. You got 1 wide out to the left. Marsh takes the snap, gives it to Gibson. He falls forward. He's going to have the 1st down, gets it to the 31-yard line. Got 2 yards, need it 1. 1st down for Medina Valley.
Flores on the stop, but Gibson stretches the balls and gets the 1st down.
Just across the 30-yard line to where they spot him. 4 minutes to go here and counting in the first half. As Vogel brings that play in from the sidelines for the Panthers. And they'll come to the line of scrimmage. 2 wide receivers on each side here for Medina Valley. Gibson, the lone back to the left to Charlie Marsh. Takes that snap. Looking to throw off the play action. Fires it down the middle, and that's incomplete. It was intended for Braden Haney. Never looking for the football there. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
A little communication mishap there, as the receiver and the quarterback weren't on the same page on that play.
No, they weren't. 2nd down, 10 to go. Clock stops with 3:37 to go. Play comes in from Garza on the sideline. And Medina Valley will come to the line of scrimmage here. 2 on each side, 4 wide receivers here. Gibson, the lone back for the Panthers. Takes the snap, gives to Gibson, cuts it up the field, up across the 40, down to about the 43-yard line that time. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 to go here for the Panthers.
Uh-oh.
And you got a player down on the field. And with that player down, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we will continue in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Sammy's Restaurant and Havy's Alsatian Bakery, 2 legendary landmarks in Kerrville. From breakfast to delicious hometown lunch specials and more, Sammy's satisfies your taste buds with the unique flavor of Kerrville. And from fresh baked breads to pies and pastries, South Texans have made Havy's Alsatian Bakery a must-to-visit since 1940. Sammy's Restaurant, online at sammysrestaurant.com. Havy's Alsatian Bakery, online at havysbakery.com.
Welcome back here to Panther Stadium. Injured player up, walked off the field under his own power. And the Panthers will have 3rd down and 2 here. 3:15 to go. Out of the gun, 3 wide out to the right. They'll send a man in motion, takes that snap, hands it Pardo right up the middle, and he's going to be close to the 1st down. It'll depend on the ball spot. They're going to spot him very short of the 1st down. He's going to be a whole yard shy. It's going to be 4th and 1. I thought he got up to the 45-yard line.
I thought he was actually across the 44 to about the 45 and a half. But it's still going to bring up a 4th down, and you have to go for it right here.
2:41 and counting to go.
Maybe go on a hard count here and see if they can draw them off sides.
They're going to run this all the way down and take a timeout.
Take a timeout?
Yep. There's 15 on the play clock, and Marsh is just looking to the sideline. They're not bringing a play in. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to run this all the way down and call timeout and talk it over. Ball spotted. The nose of the football is just across the 44-yard line. He's got to get to the 45, so you really have about, 3/4 of a yard to go for a 1st down. But if you don't make it, you're going to give Tivy short field position with 2 minutes left on the clock and them getting the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, your best play right here, and we've called it before, is you get under center and just tap your big center, Spencer Payne, and go right up the gut.
And this timeout brought to you by Garner Abstract and Land Company. Medina Valley with 1 timeout remaining. Tivy with 2 timeouts. 4th down and 1. As they talk this over here in the huddle, and they'll come out to the line of scrimmage. And we'll see what the Panthers do here. As it looks like they're going to go for it here. We'll see if they try to draw Tivy offside first. They'll come to the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 1. Split backs, Gibson and Pardo. 3 wide receivers. Takes a snap. Gives to Gibson. Puts his shoulder down. He's got the 1st down across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And the Panthers keep that 1st down, keep the clock rolling, and keep those chains moving.
Great call there. Good 2nd and 3rd effort there to get the 1st down.
Vogel will bring the play in from the sideline.
Garces on the stop there for the Antlers.
Clock's not running. Now they run it. Took them a little bit to get that clock going after they set the football. Out of the gun. 3 wide, outright, takes the snap. Marsh to throw, fires over the middle. Overthrew Haney, and he's lucky he didn't get it picked off because there was a man back there, and I don't think he was ready for that ball to come over Haney's head. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
He wasn't, but if that ball's a little lower to Haney, he's off to the races, and it's 6 points.
Yeah, and he also had a man open down the sideline, Vogel also. 2:01 to go, 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 46-yard line of Medina Valley. They need to get down to the 44 of Tivy for a 1st down. 2nd down and 10. Gibson the lone back. 3 wide out right. 1 to the left here. Marsh from the gun. They'll send a man in motion. Marsh rolling out right. It's going to be a run, designed run. As he cuts it upfield, he's only going to get about 3 yards on the carry up to about the 48-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Jefferson on the stop for the Antlers.
3rd and 7 upcoming here. We'll see what the Panthers have drawn up for this one. 1:39 and counting to go. Vogel will bring that play in from the sideline. Panthers with 1 timeout remaining. 1.5 minutes to play first half. Panthers trailing 14-7. Panthers from the gun, 2 wide on each side of the formation. They creep up, looking to throw, sets up, fires, incomplete. Now he underthrew that, and I honestly think everybody was creeped up on everybody. If you run some routes down the field, you might have had some people open for big hitters there, but it's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
Well, you had James Gibson sneaking out of the backfield. He was wide open at the line of scrimmage to the right side of the formation. If you throw it to him, he has a chance to get the first down. All he had to beat was 1 man in front of him.
It's 4th down, 7, and Kessel ready to punt it away. 1:13 to go. Tivy with 2 timeouts remaining. Gibson the up back. They snap it to him. They were going to fake it, and a timeout taken, I believe.
False start.
Yep, false start against the Panthers. They were going to fake it. They snapped it right to James Gibson, the up man, and he was going to throw the football. And so that'll move them back, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 12. Ball goes back to the 44-yard line. I don't think they'll be faking it anymore. 1:11 to go. Ready to punt it away. High snap. Gets the punt off. A high kick that's going to bounce and take a Medina Valley bounce inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line, 18-yard line. And so 1 minute to go for Tivy, 2 timeouts remaining. They're going to try to put this in here in a minute.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Got to keep everybody in front of you. Don't give up any chunk plays here in the last minute of this first half.
Well, and the thing is, too, is they don't need a lot of yards, and they're getting their field goal kickers range. Now, has missed one here tonight, but he's very dangerous. Minute to go here. We'll see if Medina Valley can come up with a turnover late here. Tivy comes to the line. Pinnell in there at the quarterback. 1 minute to go. Ball at their own 19. They got 81 yards to go for a touchdown. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers. Pinnell going to take that snap, looking to throw. He's going to run it himself on a quarterback draw. Gets across the 20 up to the 25-yard line. He's taken down after a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. And that clock rolls under 49 seconds, and Tivy not taking any of their timeouts.
Tarvin and Ferguson on the stop there for Medina Valley.
They come right back to the line of scrimmage. No timeout taken, though, by the Antlers. And they've got a big, tall receiver out here to the right, but they're going to hand it to Middleton up the middle, and they're just willing to try to run this clock out here. So he's taken down after a yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Taylor Weir on the stop there for Medina Valley, along with Tyler Mangum.
And that clock down to 15. And Kerrville Tivy in no hurry, and that is going to end the first half of play. They're not going to snap the ball again.
Very surprised that they didn't try to at least go one time deep with their big receiver, McCoy.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't either, but they're going to pack it in there at halftime. Your score, Kerrville Tivy 14, Medina Valley 7. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll be back with the halftime show, brought to you by Community National Bank, and we'll continue in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
The pace of business is faster than ever. That's why when you need a business loan, you want a bank that can act fast. Not only do you get great rates and fast answers, you get the financial advice you need to keep your business growing. It's a better way to borrow. Stop by and let's talk. Come home to Castroville State Bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at CastrovilleStateBank.com.
Every team knows that the 2-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm agent Hazel Russell and her team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Hazel Russell at 830-931-3441 today. Or stop by her office at 1103 Highway 90 West in Castroville. Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home in Castroville, Texas, has been providing funeral services to families in the Medina Valley and surrounding areas for many generations. Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home is proud to support the broadcast by the Medina Valley Broadcast Network for the athletes and students participating in this event. Go Panthers! Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home, Castroville, Texas. You may view obituaries at Tandre, Tondre-Gwynn, Guinn.com, or visit the Facebook page of Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home to view funeral notices.
You gotta look at the guy next to you. Now, I think you're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows you're gonna do the same for him.
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Panther Stadium. We're at halftime where Medina Valley is trailing Kerrville Tivy 14-7. But, Maury, you know, if you at the beginning of this game, you have the number 9 team in the state coming in here, Tivy. They're unbeaten in district. They've kind of run through everybody in district. The only close game they had was against Bernie Champion. That was the first district game for them. I think they won 27-24 was the final in that game. If you told Coach Chris you're going to be down 14-7 at Tivy at halftime, I think he'd have taken that. And if you look at what Medina Valley did, they only gave up one big touchdown drive. The turnover in the short field hurt them on the opening possession. Medina Valley's played a pretty good ball game so far, but they're going to have to get that offense moving a little bit more in the second half.
Yeah, and it was a 45-yard return on the interceptions. They picked it off at about the 43-yard line of Medina Valley and ran it all the way down inside the 15. So, you know, it wasn't just the interception; it was the return afterwards, and that was on a pass play that it looked like the Panthers were going to convert. As the ball was thrown right there, just bounced off the hands and into one of the Antlers, big number 44, and he ran it all the way back and put him in good field position, and they scored on that third down. And that is when Coach Mo kind of got a little irate there at the officials because there was definitely holding on the defensive end, Jared Marty, that was not called and enabled Pinnell to get to the corner and after that to the pylon for the touchdown. But you take the interception away and the long return, Jared, and this is a 7-7 ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right, Maury. And, you know, when you look at Medina Valley, their one touchdown drive was a long, methodic drive. They had some big plays mixed in there, but they ate 5 or 6 minutes off that clock, which is their recipe for success. They punched it in the end zone there. The drive before that, they had something working before the interception. Kerrville Tivy's made a few adjustments, and they've kind of limited those bigger plays Medina Valley was having, some of the success they were having in the pass game. Panthers are going to have to make some adjustments at halftime to come out. They're going to have to throw the ball to beat this Tivy team. They need to run the football with Gibson, yes, but they're going to have to throw to win this game, and they need to make a few adjustments to get some of those receivers open because Tivy made their adjustments in this ball game.
Well, you need to change it up just a little bit, more in the backfield so they're not keying on big number 45 or number 9, Charlie Marsh. No other Panther on the offensive side of the ball has carried the ball besides those two.
Well, Pardo carried it one time, but that's because Gibson came out of the ball game for that play.
So, you know, and with the exception of that, you know, you had a couple of wide receivers that were open down the seam, just a little bit overthrown, you know, so that's something that can be fixed. The Panthers just need to keep their game plan as it was because they're hanging in the ball game. We said it, the first 5 minutes of the second half is going to be huge. We'll see how the Panthers come out in the second half and see if they can come out with the same intensity they did to start the ball game.
Right, and as we talked about before the show, you know, if Medina Valley wins, they're in the playoffs. But the other two games that are implicated in this whole playoff scenario, Alamo Heights has to win their game. They're losing 21-0. That helps Medina Valley. If Heights loses, then Medina Valley's in.
Regardless of
the outcome of this game. Same thing with the Lockhart matchup. If Lockhart would lose, they would be out. Medina Valley would automatically be in. They are leading Uvalde 31-27 with 5:11 to go in the first half there. That's a track meet. That game's been back and forth. You don't know where that's going to finish. But Champion beating Alamo Heights 21-0. You hope that score holds up because, this game could come down to the wire and it could go either way.
Well, and then you if that stays the same right there and the other game stays the same, then you have a 3-way tie with 4 losses fighting for that last and 4th playoff spot
with
between
Uvalde,
Lockhart, and Alamo Heights. And I'm not sure who has the tiebreaker there.
I don't know either. If Medina Valley gets in the playoffs, they'll face either Brennan High School or Pflugerville Weiss. And those two teams are playing for their district championship tonight, and Weiss leading that 14-7 in the third quarter. So Medina Valley will either travel to Pflugerville or to Brenham next Friday night or Saturday whenever they decide to have that game. But that will be a home game for one of those two teams. But hopefully Medina Valley can take care of business here and not have to worry about those other games. But at the same time, you got to keep watching them because Medina Valley's trailing 14-7.
And where it stands right now is Medina Valley is in 3rd place in the district. Medina Valley cannot improve its position. They can only drop back to 4th.
Right, and the other thing is we'll see what Kerrville Tivy wants to do in the second half. They've already locked up their district championship. Regardless of the outcome of this game and regardless of that Bernie Champion game, those are number 1 and 2 in that order, Tivy Champion. They might pull their starters out so that they don't get injured before their playoff game. I don't expect that to happen, but it's always a possibility you got to think about.
Well, and that's something that they're going to think about when they start the second half. If they can get a couple of scores up on Medina Valley.
Yeah, that's what they'll do
because you're not going to see Tivy just pitch tent and give up on a win because you definitely don't want to go in the playoffs on a losing record. But, like you said, you want to go in healthy and full strength.
Yeah, exactly, especially when you already have that spot tied up. But we'll see what they want to do. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Truck Month is back at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest-rated Chevrolet dealership, where you'll get upfront posted pricing with no surprise dealer add-ons. Like on the 2020 Colorado Crew Cab V6, posted at $25,995, plus 3.63% financing for 75 months. Or the all-new 2020 Silverado Texas Edition, posted at only $29,999, or lease for just $330 a month with 0 down. Plus, get a no-charge spray-in bed liner and window tint. With deals like these, it's easy to see why more people are buying from North Park Chevrolet than ever before. Find new roads and experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, a proud member of the Kalig Auto Group, and a J.D. Power 2019 Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Highest rated dealer based on sales volume and customer satisfaction. Call 210-640-3184 for full price details. For J.D. Power 2019 DOE information, visit jdpower.com/DOE.
Headed out to the game? Then make a stop at your local Valley Mart convenience store. With 12 area locations, Valley Mart is always right around the corner. Fuel yourself and your vehicle with quality branded gas and diesel, snacks, and fountain drinks. Always convenient, well lit with clean restrooms. Valley Mart, family owned and operated since 1984, and a proud supporter of Medina Valley athletics and area youth sports for over 30 years.
Garner Abstract and Land Company, the title company with professional service and a personal touch. Garner services real estate transactions, buying, selling, and construction loans for commercial and residential. They specialize in land development and farm and ranch. Garner, offering a commitment to professionalism, confidentiality, and personal service combined with the latest technology. Garner Abstract and Land Company will work to earn your trust. Garner Abstract and Land Company, 830-346-1367. The Medina Valley Broadcast Network. We lead, they follow. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Panther Football, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Going to turn the mic over to Jeff Stivers for some halftime stats. Jeff, not too many, but there are some available.
Not too many. We got, I think time of possession was pretty critical, though, Maury. We did dominate again the time of possession in the first half. But when you look at it, you only came away with 7 points. So Like we said last week, you need to dominate the time of possession, but you need to finish drives. And, that one interception there, we were driving. The first interception, or the only interception, we're driving down. We'd already eaten up, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 minutes. Yeah. And, it turns out that the 3.5 or 4 minutes really helps you out later on. You don't know it now, but in the box score, when you look at it at the end of the game, you're gonna really see that we dominated the whole first half. And what does that mean? It means that we controlled the clock and we kept their offense off the field. And not only that, the defense played well while they were in there. Take away that one drive. When they scored, you can't really say you give them an 11-yard field and the defense didn't play well. They had them on 3rd down, and if not for a missed holding call over there, it would have been 4th down. Held them on a field goal attempt. So
they've only had one chunk play over 15 yards.
Yeah, and that was the deep ball. And it was It was a well thrown ball, but it was well thrown because he just threw it up for grabs.
Yeah.
He told his big guy to go get it, and that was about it. So leading rusher James Gibson had a heck of a first half with 62 yards. Marsh, had a couple of losses in there. It looked like, one time he would read it real well, slow read, and the next time he would try to read it fast and he would, misread it and he would take a loss. But a couple of losses in there, 11 yards for him. Total rushing. His deal was passing. He had 82 yards passing in the second half with a long of 24 yards to Mason Doyne. And Doyne's the leading receiver with 3 catches for 44 yards. But Maury, at one time, after the interception, Marsh had 6 straight completions. 6 straight completions. This is for a guy and for a team that doesn't throw the ball all that much. So when you go 6 straight completions like that, that's saying something. But then on the reverse side, he ended up with another 2 incomplete passes that were, one was thrown right into the dirt and the other was thrown right over the head of the receiver. It all balances out in the end. Scoring drive for Kerrville was aided. It was a 5-yard TD run by Colton Drake, or 5-yard TD reception by Colton Drake at the 5:27 mark of the second quarter, and it was a 66-yard drive. The first drive for him, of course, was 11 yards, capped off by a 3-yard Trapper Parnell run, make it 7-0. So not a whole lot to talk about, except we knew. I said the score, what was my score? 7-3 or something like that, 7-6 that I predicted. I mean, it's not, we're already past that, but it's going to be a low-scoring game.
But Dwayne and Jarrett both predicted 21-17, and I predicted Medina Valley 17-14.
So y'all are still in play. Couple of scores.
And who's not in play anymore?
Well, me.
That's what I
okay. I'm not going to deny it. But look at this game right here. Uvalde and Lockhart is 34-31 with still a minute to go before half. Those teams are just going back and forth at each other. That score could end up 60-59.
Well, our question was if Champion holds on to their score and Uvalde ends up holding on to the lead against Lockhart, there's a 3-way tie for that 4th spot. Who has the tiebreaker?
Well, that's a good question. It depends on how much Uvalde wins by, I guess. Yeah, but there would be a 3-way tie is what he's saying.
Yeah, but they would win because they beat Alamo Heights and beat Lockhart.
Well, but it would still be a 3-way tie.
Head-to-head first, didn't it?
Not in that case. I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
No?
I don't think so. Not in a 3-way tie. You take away head-to-head.
Yeah, but they beat everybody.
It don't matter. I don't think it matters. I think it's yeah, I don't think so.
Even if you beat the other 2?
It automatically goes to points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But, every district is written differently, too, so you just never know what the district bylaws say. But, so Uvalde's ahead right now, 34-31, and, the big score that we were worried about, Champion is all over Heights, 28-0, and there's still a minute left in the half for that one.
Well, and there was some talking about whether Bernie Champion had something to play for. Those schools really don't like each other that much.
Well, like I said, several years ago, Alamo Heights took a knee in the end zone for a safety to keep Bernie Champion out of the playoffs.
Because of the tiebreak scenario.
Because of the tiebreaker. Yeah, so there is hard feelings there. It's a big rivalry game, and, Coach Foster, the baseball coach over there, assured me this week that they were not going to take them lightly, even though they had second place wrapped up. So, But
well, it's like we talked. You don't want to go into the playoffs with a loss.
No, absolutely. But we sure would like to send Kerrville into the playoffs with a loss. Here's another thing, Maury, and we hadn't talked much about this because we didn't really want to talk about the playoffs. Last year, our district goes up there and we play the Austin district, and we thought we all had a pretty good chance. Only one of our teams won.
2. Heights won.
Oh, Heights won too?
Yes.
Okay.
Both.
I thought only one team.
No.
I think it was
Alamo
only
Heights
Kerrville.
won. Alamo Heights and Tivy both won. Tivy came back from a big deficit, and Alamo
That's what
Heights
it was at
won.
the end of the game. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, looking forward to right now, it's looking pretty good that we may be in the playoffs next week. Win or lose this game.
But it's the same culprits in our district. That district is a little changed because you got Pflugerville in there who didn't make the playoffs last year, and you have Bastrop that made the playoffs who had Tivy on the ropes.
Right.
And Tivy came back down 28 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
and
beat them.
And won the ball game.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So,
and we played Glenn last year, and I think Glenn's not going to make the playoffs this year. Are they?
Yeah, I looked at it all today.
Yeah, so they will be in the playoffs. Well, they were the ones last year that they had lost a couple of games at the end of the year, and we thought we had a good chance against them, and it ended up 28-14. Yeah, they put one on us pretty good last year, so. Hopefully we get another shot at that district, and looks right now pretty good like we will. But I'm going to turn this back over to Jared and Maury. And
have the Panther Band out there on the field marching for the crowd. And as we mentioned, a big crowd here by Medina Valley. I am really surprised when I look across the field at the Kerrville Tivy side, Jared, it's only about half full.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And that's a top-ranked team in the state.
Well, here also, they know they're getting a home game next week also. So, they know they got the district championship wrapped up, and I would imagine that a little bit of the cooler weather kept some of them away also.
And maybe the fact that it's maybe hunting season might have kept a few of them there.
Yeah, absolutely. We still got about 6.5 minutes left until the end of the half. And Mar, did you and Jeff talk about keys to the second half here?
No, we sure didn't.
Going to this second half, Mar, what do you want to see from Medina Valley?
I just want to see us keep the same intensity we had in the first half. The only thing is, and Jeff did say this, is we just have to finish. We got to finish drives. We had the ball a couple times moving, and you had a turnover and a couple of errant passes. But other than that, the Panthers' script for this game has been spot on. You just got to execute.
Yeah, and we've talked all year about how the offense needs to finish off the drives. They've gotten better at that, but they did leave some points on the field against Alamo Heights, and that game was a little closer at the end than what it should have been because of that. And when you look at I don't think it's going to come into play tonight, but when you look at what the points could have been, those points left on the field could have been the difference between getting in the playoffs and not.
Oh, absolutely. Just the thing of the plus 10 for Lockhart. It was a 14-point swing when Medina Valley was going in to score, and Lockhart had a scoop and score 88 yards the opposite direction. So at the worst, it was a 10-point swing. Unfortunately, it was a 14-point swing. So, those things happen. Hopefully, the way it looks, our best ally right now is the team to the north in the champion Chargers, and hopefully they can lend a helping hand to the Medina Valley playoff hopes. And you never want to have to hope for somebody else to help you out because you still control your own destiny. You still have Tivy for another 24 minutes.
Yeah, and, I don't know if a lot of people expected this score to be where it's at. And honestly, barring one play, this could be 7-7 at halftime very easily, like you said earlier. And I feel like if Medina Valley's defense, that's your strongest point of the team is the defense. They're very good. And if they can get the ball back after that first possession, they have a very good chance. And we say all the time how that first possession of the second half is so key. It's huge for the defense to keep you from going 2 scores down. They need to get that ball back and get your offense moving. And, yeah, that Uvalde Lockhart, that's going to be a track meet.
That's going to be one down to the wire.
It's 34-31 Lockhart, I believe.
Fortunately for the Panthers.
Uvalde. Uvalde's ahead 34-31 now.
Fortunately for the Panthers, you have the champion Chargers up by 28 over Alamo Heights at Bernie Champion, and I don't see Bernie Champion letting up much. But
the other game in the district, we haven't said anything about it, but it's a rivalry game for them. Memorial beating Kennedy 21-0 at halftime.
Well, and from what I saw between the two,
Memorial's probably the better team.
Had a little bit better team.
Well,
yes.
and they beat Uvalde earlier this year, too. You know, they already have a district win.
And that's a boo-boo that Uvalde's looking back and saying, how did we let that one slip away? Because
that was a 12-7 score.
With a win tonight by Uvalde over Lockhart, if they do not have that loss, they're in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we were talking about this, too, Jared, about the score at halftime, 14-7. Three of us that made the predictions on Wednesday, our scores are still in the hunt.
Yep.
You and Dwayne picked 21-17. I picked 17-14. The only one that's wrong, and that's nothing unusual, is Jeff. He said 7-3. So, there you go.
Oh, that's great. And, oh, man, that makes me laugh. And Shannon's laughing at me over there because I just said some Alsatian on the air. But, yeah, you're right. You know, we thought this was going to be a close football game. And, you know, I talk to people during the week. I work in Hondo, and, you know, you see people come in and they ask you, you know, what do you think about the game this week? And, you know, some are like, hey, we're going to get beat pretty good. And, you know, everyone knows they're the number 9 ranked team in the state. They're a good team. And I've told everybody, hey, this is going to be a pretty good football game. Medina Valley's defense might be, I believe, maybe the best defense in the district. And they've kept Medina Valley in games and right there on the verge. I mean, that Lockhart game, look at what the defense kept you in that game.
Well, the defense only gave up 10 points.
The defense only gave up 7 points against Bernie High School, and you lost that 7-6. They only gave up 28 points to Waco La Vega, who came in the number 1 ranked team in the state and the defending state champion. They hang 58 points on everybody. So this defense has played very well. It took the offense a little bit of time, but they've gradually caught up with the defense. I'd like to see them put a full, complete half together here where your offense and your defense are clicking at the same time.
Yep.
Because if you get that, they're a dangerous football team.
Absolutely. And you know, you want to win. You want to win the second half battle. You want to stay focused. You know, you want to come out of this game as healthy as you came into it, and just execute. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're within 7 points of the number 9 team in the state, and, hey, you're going to have your defense out there to start the second half. That's probably your strongest side of the football right now, so let's see what happens.
And I think, personally, I think that Medina Valley has got to come up with a turnover sometime in this second half. They had a golden opportunity. Taylor Weir had one go right through his hands early in the football game. You know, he's looking back on that, wishing he had that one back because he probably should have made that interception. But I would look for them to have some kind of turnover in the second half if Medina Valley's going to win this game. They've got to get a turnover.
Absolutely.
And we're going to go ahead and take a break, and then we'll come back with all the play-by-play in the second half. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community 80 years ago, and for 80 years we've delivered safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to be a part of this community and continue to serve beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, giving back to libraries, hosting safety presentations, and so much more. We belong to this community and are honored to do so. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or at medinaec.org.
Willing to accept the responsibility that you have to protect this team and this school and this town. And make no mistake about it, gentlemen, we are in the business of protecting this town.
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Panther Stadium. 14-7, Kerrville Tivy leading Medina Valley at the half. We're about to get that third quarter started. And
Jared, once again, that halftime show is sponsored by Community National Bank. At Community National Bank, we think you should expect more from your bank. You should expect answers. So go see Ms. Boyle, the president at Community National Bank. If you have any questions, go see Ms. Holly Boyle at Community National Bank. And thank you, Community National Bank, for the halftime show. Jared, we're ready for the last 24 minutes.
Yeah, and a couple of more things I want to say. We want to thank the IMS Stainless Steel Fabrication owners, Brian and Ron McCool. You can call them at 210-825-9900. And also, I need to read one more thing here from the Sports Boosters. You can come visit the Medina Valley Athletic Boosters at Old Fashioned Christmas on Friday, December 6th and Saturday, December 7th. MV Gear makes a great gift for sports fans of all sizes and shapes. We'll have all of our merchandise available, plus our raffle tickets that make great stocking stuffers. Best of luck to all our Panther teams. So go out on Old Fashioned Christmas. You can run into the Athletic Boosters out there. And also a reminder that they're doing their 30 prizes in 30 days. They're trying to sell 1,000 tickets for that, so support them on that, and you can find those tickets all over the community and any of the booster parents, I believe.
Yes, and with that raffle there, Jared, one chance can win you several prizes.
Yep.
So once your number's been drawn, it can be drawn again, so you can win multiple times. It's not one where once you win, you're out. So, Jared, both teams are out in the field. Are you ready?
I'm ready. We're ready to get this second half started here, as Pablo Sandoval ready to boot this ball away for Medina Valley to start the second half. Back deep to receive for the Tivy Antlers is going to be Mears, number 4, and number 17, Brooks McCoy.
That's the big receiver that made the big bunch play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yardage play down the sideline.
Well, and he's probably about 6'2",
the coverage
6'3",
was there.
and it was there. He's just a tall receiver and has some size, and he can go up over the top and make a play. Sandoval ready to boot it away. Ball teed up on the right hash. He's going to be kicking right to left. Right-footed kicker ready to go. And he will. It's an onside kick. It bounces high, and the Panthers had their hands on it, and they recover it. Medina Valley's got the ball on the onside kick at the 48-yard line of Kerrville Tivy. What a call to start that. There is an Antler player down. Medina Valley recovered that ball, and the hurt player's up. He's going off the field. What a call by Coach Chris. What a big recovery there to start the second half.
That was number 50. Alex Medina got on that ball. Haney actually went up in the air and had it first, and it got knocked away from him. Medina came from the left side of the kicking formation all the way across the field to make that cover.
Well, they had number 12, Ryan Mayberry, there, went up, and the ball went off his fingertips and bounced around, and that's when Medina Valley was able to recover it. Great play right there, and the Panthers have it 1st and 10 from the Tivy 48-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they come straight to the line of scrimmage. Trips out to the right, Medina Valley going right to left. Gibson the lone back. They'll send Pardo in motion. Give to Gibson up the middle, up to across the 45, still plowing his way forward, up down to about the 43-yard line. Picks up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Robertson making the first initial contact on the play, and then Dominic Jefferson also getting into the action.
My goodness, that's an exciting start to the second half for sure.
Last time I saw that to start a second half, New Orleans Saints won the Super Bowl. Beat the Indianapolis Colts that year.
Out of the gun, Marsh, 2 wide on each side. 2nd down and 5 for the Panthers. Takes the snap. And they're going to blow this play dead. It looks like you had a false start against the Panthers, so that'll move you back. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
And you had it 2nd and 5. That's a big mistake right here. You had the ball on the red side of the field. You still do, but
you're back to the original line of scrimmage.
Hidden negative yardage.
Yep. Ball moves back to the Tivy 48. Vogel will bring the play in from the sideline. And the Panthers will come to the line of scrimmage here. 3 wide out to the right. 1 to the left. Gibson the lone back to the left of Marsh. Takes the snap to throw. Marsh down the right side. He's got a man open. Vogel, and he dropped it.
Oh, my.
In and out of the hands. He had that right in the chest. It hit him, and it falls through his arms. He'd have been down to the 20-yard line. Instead, it's 3rd and 10.
And there wasn't a coverage man within 10 yards of him. All he had to do was just bring it into his chest.
And it hit him in the chest.
He didn't use his hands.
No.
He let it get inside his body. And that was a great throw by Charlie Marsh.
Yeah, it was. Instead, 3rd down and 10 instead of 1st and 10 at the 20. 3rd down, 10 to go. 10:49 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Panthers send 2 wide on each side of the formation this time. 3rd and 10 here for Medina Valley. Takes the snap. Looking to throw. Marsh steps up, fires deep down the right side, and that's going to be incomplete over the head of Braden Haney into double coverage that time, and the Panthers facing 4th down, so they get the onside kick. They can't move the football. A penalty hurts them, and you're forced to punt 3 and out.
Well, you had a 2nd and 5, and you got a false start, got behind the yardage in the chains, and Medina Valley couldn't recover. Had a good pass play call on 2nd down, and you just dropped the ball 35 yards down the field.
And Kessel ready to boot it away. High punt that's going to be fielded at the 16-yard line, looking to make a move, trying to get to the outside, and he does. There's a flag down. Another flag flies in. He gets across the 40 to the 45, but 2 flags thrown down on the play here.
Wow. Somebody needs to check the arm, because those officials, them flags flew about 50 yards in the air.
Yeah.
Must have a lot of peanuts, a lot of kernel corn in those.
Yeah, both flags, they moved to the 15-yard line.
Signaling a block in the back.
That return was by number 27, Colson Abel.
That's going to move it half the distance to the goal, Jared. The flag is sitting on the 15. Take this down to maybe the 8.5 or 7.5.
Yep, they will mark off this penalty against Kerrville Tivy, and we'll see where they spot the football, and it will be on the 7-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, Tivy from the 7. Pennell stays in at quarterback for the Antlers. They'll send 4 wide receivers, Middleton the lone back to the right as Tivy moves left to right. Deep in the shadow of their own goalpost, Pennell takes the snap, looking to throw, looks out to the left, fires it down the left side, and that's going to be incomplete. Had it in his hands, and it falls incomplete. Good coverage by Tanner Bippert.
No, that was actually Tomaselli.
Was it?
On that far side. Bippert is to the short side here.
Oh, that's number 6. Well,
they get their numbers.
Well, it's hard to tell
because a 6 and a 5 because they crumbled up.
Yeah, they crumble up the bottom of the jersey, and you're looking at the top of the number only.
Regardless, that was a great defensive play out wide.
Yes, it was. 2nd down, 10 to go. Out of the gun, Pennell going to hand it to Middleton up the middle, and he's going to get maybe a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down, an 2-yard gain. Big 3rd down here for the defense.
Joe Tarvin and Grant Snyder on the stop for Medina Valley.
So 3rd down, 8 upcoming. Tivy looking to the sideline for the play call. 9:56 to go, 3rd quarter and counting. 3rd and 8. 3 wide out to the left of the formation, one to the right. Pennell takes the snap. Going to keep it himself right up the middle, looking to try to get there, and he's not going to get the 1st down. They stopped him short, well short. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 4 to go, and the Antlers are going to have to punt, and the Panthers should get pretty decent field position here.
J.J. Marty and Grant Snyder on the stop for Medina Valley.
Big defensive stop right there for the Panthers.
Was. Tyler Mangum back deep for Medina Valley on this punt.
I believe that's Zirkle doing the punting as well. As Bippert, is it Mangum that's back deep? Mangum back deep to return. He's standing at his own 48-yard line. Zirkle standing on the goal line. High snap, it goes over his head. Ball's on the ground. Panthers pick it up on the 1-yard line. It's going to be first and goal, Medina Valley at the 1.
That was Tanner Bippert right there.
That snap was high. He couldn't hold on to it, put it on the ground, and the Panthers recover it on the 1-yard line. It'll be first and goal, Medina Valley.
Tanner Bippert gets on top of that loose ball on the 1-yard line, and Jared, that's a turn. It's not a turnover. It's considered on downs, but it is a turnover, and Medina Valley gets it. It evens it up. You called it.
First and goal at the 1. The Panthers come to the line of scrimmage here. Gibson has the only touchdown for the Panthers. It was a 2-yard touchdown run earlier in the first half. They'll send 3 wide to the right. Gibson the lone back to the right of Charlie Marsh. Takes the snap. Give Gibson up the middle. Touchdown, Medina Valley. Gibson pounds it in the end zone from a yard away. And Sandoval on to try to tie up the ball game at 14 apiece.
Big play there by the Panthers. The whole defense forced a punt. The snap was high. Zirkle did a good job of just keeping that ball from going into the end zone, but he couldn't bring it in. Tanner Bippert, Johnny on the spot.
And so Sandoval will try to tack on this extra point. Right-footed kicker ready. Kind of high snap, but they get it down. The kick is up, and it is good with 8:55 to go in the third quarter. Your new score, Medina Valley 14, Kerrville Tivy 14.
I tell you what, Sam Clendenin has made some good snap coverage from the center and getting the ball down, because that ball, he said it just right, got the laces turned just perfect. Sandoval with the conversion. We're tied.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about special teams coming up big. Well, they came up big right there. You know, I understand that Zirkle fumbled that, but you got to fall on top of the football. They did that. Medina Valley came up with it, first and goal, 1 play. Gibson punches it in. We're tied at 14 here. We got a good ball game on our hands now, and Sandoval ready to boot it away. For the Antlers, they'll send Mears back deep along with McCoy.
Getting interesting.
Yeah, and I don't expect the onside here again, but what a call by Coach Chris to do that to start the second half. And Medina Valley came away with it. You know, and it didn't really pan out for him at the beginning, but it ended up doing it because of the field position.
It's exactly right. It changed the field position around.
And so Sandoval ready to boot it away. That's the first onside kick he's attempted in his career, and it was a good one. It took the big hop. It got 10 yards.
1 for 1.
Yep. And this time he kicks a high end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for and made it the 21-yard line by number 7, Christian Wayan. And Tivy will have it first and 10 from their own 25.
Good directional kick there by Sandoval. Nice and high. Coverage was down there, so the Antlers did a good thing there of just calling the fair catch and getting the ball, moving it back out to the 25.
And so the Antlers will come out here tied at 14 with Medina Valley.
And that kickoff was sponsored by Royce Grove Oil Company and Valley Marts. Pennell still back there. We have not seen
Mears at all.
Mears at all.
Well, he's in the slot receiver position out to the right. They have 4 wide in all. Pennell takes the snap, looking to throw, left side, fires it incomplete over the head of his intended receiver, Stoney Rhodes. It'll bring up second down and 2. And, you know, at times Pennell is not – he's overthrown a lot of balls in this game.
Devin Stubing on the coverage. And Mears, I say, hadn't been out there. He is lined up in right. He has made a couple of catches, but he just has not been at the quarterback.
Right. 3 wide out to the left this time. 1 out to the right, McCoy. Pennell out of the gun, takes the snap, and he falls down with it, and that's going to blow the play dead. He's down there. It looked like a broken play. He tried to spin around, put his knee down. He's going to lose 6 yards, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 16.
So a loss on the play puts the Antlers behind the sticks here. Need to keep everybody in front of you here. Do not let them get behind you.
3rd down, 16 here for the Antlers. They send empty backfield. They have 4 wide out to the left. Low snap, picks it up off the ground. Pinnell looking to throw, sets up, fires it deep down the middle of the field, and it's going to be picked off by Tomaselli.
What a job by Michael Tomaselli getting up and bringing that ball in. He cut right in front of the receiver. How about it, Mikey? I like it.
Tomaselli comes up with a huge interception, stepped in front of the receiver, running a post route in the middle of the field, picks off Pinnell. It'll be 1st and 10, Medina Valley from their own 43-yard line.
Don't you like it when they call their own shots at
Absolutely,
Sports for Supper
yeah.
at Sammy's?
Keep sending them to the show.
Absolutely. Keep that karma.
The sophomore coming up big for Medina Valley, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Panthers. In a tie ball game now, Medina Valley with a chance to take the lead for the first time in the ball game. They'll come to the line of scrimmage here, 4 wide, 2 on each side. Marsh out of the gun, Gibson to his left. Takes the snap. Going to keep it himself, dancing around, trying to find some running room. Still working his feet, and he's going to get swarmed over, spins around up to about the 44-yard line. All that running for 1 yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Logan Green on the stop for the Antlers.
That's a tough run to only pick up 1 yard on. Medina Valley waiting for the play as Vogel ready to bring it in from the sideline. 7:42 to go, 3rd quarter. 16 on the play clock. As the Panthers come to the line of scrimmage. Marsh from the gun, 4 wide receivers. Gibson to his left, 2nd down, 9. Takes the snap, give Gibson up the middle, hits the line. Tries to push his way forward for a gain of about 4 yards. Gets up to the 48-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Wait, 3rd and 5.
Poe and Jefferson on the stop for the Antlers.
3rd down and 5 from their own 48 here. You know, you got the big interception there. You've got to keep this drive moving. As Garrison Garza brings the play in from the sideline, just under 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Medina Valley will send 2 wide receivers on each side of the formation here. 3rd and 5. Tivy creeping up here to stack that line. Play action looking to throw. Fires it complete out to. He's going to be short of the 1st down by a couple of yards. Gets to the Tivy 49-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and 2. Like you said, that pass was complete to Wesley Pardo. And we'll see Medina Valley with a decision here, and it looks like they're probably going to go for it.
Colson Abel on the stop.
Vogel will bring the play in as Panthers are going to go for it here on 4th and 2. They need to get to the 47-yard line. Ball at the 49. 4 wide receivers here for Medina Valley. Gibson, the lone back by Marsh. They'll send a man in motion. Haney left to right, takes the snap. Looking to throw, fires it. Haney, complete 1st down, made a first man miss, gets up to about the 41-yard line, picks up about 7 or 8 yards. 1st down for the Panthers. They convert on 4th down.
Haney came from the left side of the formation to the right. Charlie Marsh rolled out to the right. An easy throw and an easy catch. Couple of yards after the catch, but Haney knew exactly where he needed to get to extend them chains.
Down to the 41-yard line of Tivy. 6:23 to go here in the 3rd. And they'll come to the line of scrimmage here. They'll send trips out to the left. 1 wide receiver out right. Gibson the lone back. They'll send Pardo in motion left to right. They give it to Gibson, and he's not going to get anything. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage is all, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. No gain on the play.
Hernandez on the stop along with Robertson.
That Tivy defense, you know, we saw Medina Valley gash them for a couple of pretty big runs early in the ball game, but they've really clogged up the middle against Gibson, trying to make Medina Valley beat them some other way.
Now, the last few possessions, no yards in between the tackles for the Panthers.
2nd down and 10 to go. Ball still at the Tivy 41-yard line. 3 wide receivers out left here for the Panthers as Marsh looks things over. Takes that snap. Play action, looks to throw. Fires over the middle to Haney.
Intercepted.
And it's intercepted by number 27 for Kerrville Tivy. That's going to be Colston Abel. Comes up with a big interception. Threw it into double coverage, stepped right in front of Haney, made the interception. 1st and 10, Tivy.
So now we're even on the turnovers, 2 apiece.
And that ball down to the It'll be 1st and 10 Tivy from their own 32-yard line. Now that defense needs to step up once again. Still a tie ball game, 14-14, 5:20 to go here in the third quarter. And the Antlers come to the line of scrimmage. Pennell still in there at quarterback, 4 wide for the Antlers. Middleton's lone back. Taking his time at the line. Now he takes the snap, gives to Middleton up the middle, and he gets his legs taken out from under him after a gain of 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Grant Snyder with the stop for Medina Valley. Chop the legs. Oh, they finally give Medina Valley a good spot here.
They come right back to the line. They'll empty their backfield. 4 wide receivers out left. McCoy by himself to the right. And Pennell takes the snap, looking to throw. Sets up, fires right side, one-on-one coverage. That's a stiff arm all the way, makes the catch. He was pushing off the whole time on Bippert, didn't get the call. Made the catch down at the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Tivy. And
McCoy just gave Bifford a stiff arm in the back and pushed him away.
I mean, and he had it the whole way for about 5 or 6 yards.
And got the separation needed.
Right back to the line. They'll send Mears in motion right to left. 4 wide and all, takes a snap. Pennell looking to throw, sets up, pump fakes, now fires wide open on the right side down to the 5, touchdown. Kerrville Tivy, that was number 10. Fisher Middleton on the reception out of the backfield. Nobody covered him there. And Tivy back in front 20-14. And Zirkle will come on to try to tack on the extra point.
So Tivy with the score after the interception by Abel.
And Zirkle ready for the extra point. 4:27 to go here in the third quarter. Mears the holder. Good snap. Kick is up, and he boots it right through. So with 4:27 to play here in the third quarter, your new score, Kerrville Tivy 21, Medina Valley 14. And, you know, Medina Valley had all the momentum on their side, made that interception, couldn't move the ball, and had to throw it, and they made the interception. Abel stepped right in front of Haney. Panthers not fortunate enough to get a call down here on a long pass play. Gave him 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line, and then they swing one to Middleton out of the backfield. No one covered him, and they go, what was that, 3 plays and a touchdown.
Well, and that's twice that McCoy has gotten away with a push-off on Bippert down the sideline, both on the same play, just a streak pattern down the sidelines. And if you're going to let Bippert's giving up 6 inches in height, if you're going to let him muscle him around and push him away from him and get separation, your defensive back has no chance.
Yeah, I mean, they'll beat you all day doing that. I mean, that's why they have an offensive pass interference call in there, so that they can't push you away and create that kind of space like that. Zirkle ready to boot it away for the Panthers. They'll have Haney, Mangum, and Bippert back deep to receive. And a high end-over-end kick from Zirkle. Fair catch called for and made at the 6-yard line by Haney. And the Panthers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25, down 21-14. And we'll see if that offense can get something going here against the Antlers. They've had one long drive in this game that they sustained and punched into the end zone. Other than that, their second score came after a fumbled snap on a punt. The Panthers had it 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Were able to punch it in. Need to see the Panthers sustain a drive here, move this ball downfield, and get some points out of it. Medina Valley straight to the line of scrimmage here. 4 wide receivers. 4:27 to go. Takes the snap, gives it Gibson up the middle, and he pushes his way up to about the 30-yard line. A 5-yard pickup. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Hernandez on the stop there for the Antlers.
And that's one of the bigger running plays we've seen Medina Valley have in the second half, because Tivy's done a good job bottling up the middle of that defense.
Just trying to soften them up here. Just keep pounding them inside.
2nd down and 5 here for Medina Valley. Gibson to the left of Marsh out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers out here for the Panthers. Takes that snap. Gives to Gibson up the middle again. He's only going to get a yard, maybe 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4. Third and 3.
Hernandez and Vergara on the stop for Tivy.
Third down, 3 to go. Need to get to the 35-yard line for a first down. Ball spotted at the 32. Medina Valley, this is a big third down here. You don't want to put your defense right back on the field after 3 and out. 4 wide receivers here for the Panthers. Gibson, the lone back. Takes the snap. Looking to throw, play action. Marsh rolling out to the left. Under a lot of pressure. Makes a man miss. Going to tuck it and run, and he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. We'll see where they spot him. It's going to be close. No, they actually spot him a couple of yards shy, and it's going to bring up 4th down, and the Panthers are going to have to punt.
Yeah, going to bring up 4th and a long yard. Cannot afford to go for it right here.
No, and Kessler's going to come on to punt it away. Update score, Bernie Champion leading Alamo Heights 35-0 in the third quarter. So if that score remains the same, Medina Valley's going to be on the playoffs regardless of what happens here. But nonetheless, you're in a dogfight here, 21-14, late in the third quarter, and a timeout taken by Kerrville Tivy.
And it looked like the Panthers were the team that wasn't sure of the personnel out on the field. Tivy calls a quick timeout.
And timeout brought to you by Peerless Equipment Company. And like we said, Medina Valley tangled up here. In a good one here with Tivy, 21-14 is your score. It was 14-14. Medina Valley had the ball with a chance to go ahead, threw an interception. And Tivy able to take it 3 plays and score, and the Panthers went 3 and out. Medina Valley needs a big play here to kind of turn some of this momentum back around.
Get a good punt here by Klessel.
Ready to boot it away. Low snap, picks it up, gets the punt away. It's a high spiraling kick that's going to be fielded at the 38-yard line. Makes one man miss, trying to get to the outside up to midfield, and he's taken down right at the 50-yard line. That was number 27, Abel on the return, the man who made the interception earlier. And he gets about a 12-yard return up to midfield, and Tivy with great field position to work with.
Nathan Weiblin, one of the Panthers on the stop there, along with Andres Olivares. Starting right on the 50.
Pinnell still in there at quarterback. They talked about how they shuffled him in and out. Pinnell's been their quarterback the whole game. 3 wide to the right. They'll send a man in motion right to left. Takes that snap. Gives to Middleton up the middle, and he's not going anywhere. He's going to lose a yard on the play. Back to the 49-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Wrapped up in the backfield by Trace Ferguson for Medina Valley.
So 2nd down, 11 upcoming. Four wide receivers, 2 on either side of the formation. Middleton, the lone back. Tivy moving left to right. Takes the snap, looking to throw. With some time, steps up, fires it down the right side, and that's going to be picked off by Tanner Bippert. He was the only man there. He overthrew his receiver, and Tanner Bippert stepped right up, made the interception down around the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Medina Valley.
Devin Stubing coming in from the corner on a blitz for the Panthers. Forced the quarterback to throw it a little quick. Bippert, that time the receiver didn't have a chance to push him away. Turnover, Panthers get the ball back.
2nd interception of the half by Medina Valley. And we'll see the Panthers come out with 2:04 to go here in the third quarter. And we'll see if that offense can get the ball moving here, a 3 and out on their last possession. 4 wide receivers here for the Panthers. Takes the snap. Marsh to throw. Fires it.
Oh.
That almost picked off. I mean, he stepped right in front of it. That was number 35 for Kerrville Tivy.
Wow, Charlie, you can't telegraph it like that.
Yeah, that was Damian Hernandez, and he stepped right in front. Pass was intended for Tanner Habe. And they'll come out here. It'll be 2nd down and 10. The Panthers very fortunate to still have the football.
And fortunate to only be down by 7.
Yeah,
because if he holds on to that one, he's untouched in the end zone.
They'll come out in the shotgun. Pardo, the lone back. 3 wide out to the right for the Panthers. Takes the snap. They're going to hand the ball Pardo, and he's not going anywhere. He's actually going to lose a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 11.
Hayden Barnett on the stop for the Antlers. 3rd down and 11. Garza with the play. Not the down and distance the Panthers you prefer the Panthers to be in.
Out of the gun with 3 wide out right. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Marsh sets up the screen. It's complete. Lots of room to run across the 25 up to the 30. And he's going to have – he's right at the first down sticks.
It's going to depend on the spot.
Yeah, he got a good spot, and he got the first down. So Braden Haney needed 11 yards, and he got 11 yards. First down for the Panthers.
That time he got that first block downfield and got the yards needed. Big 3rd down conversion. The Panthers offense and the defense on the sideline needed that.
So 3 wide out to the right. Takes the snap. Marsh looking to throw under pressure. Gets around one man, still looking to throw. He fires it. He's got a man out there, and it's going to be complete. He'll have the first down with the forward progress.
I think that was Vogel on the catch.
Yeah, and they're going to give him forward progress, a gain of 12 yards up to the 42-yard line. First down, Medina Valley.
Vogel making sure he brings that ball in.
Grant Snyder checking into the ball game for the Panthers.
That was just a good job by Marsh keeping that play alive with his feet. Scrambled out, was kind of pointing to Vogel, come back and help me out a little bit, and got the job done.
4 wide receivers. As Snyder in there as the lone back. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Marsh going to keep it himself. He's going to try to get the outside, and he does. Up across the 45, steps out of bounds right around the 49-yard line.
I like that. Charlie could have forced some contact, but it's better to get out of bounds and save that collision there. Stops the clock.
Snyder comes out of the ball game. Morales checks back in. 2nd down and 4 upcoming. Ball at the 48-yard line of Medina Valley and 12 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Clock stopped as Marsh ran out of bounds. Trips out to the left. Takes the snap. Gives to Morales up the middle. He's going to be close to a first down. Looks like they'll spot him a yard shy. He gets across midfield to the 49-yard line, and that will end the 3rd quarter of play. So after 3 quarters, your score, Kerrville Tivy 21, Medina Valley 14. We'll take a quick break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll continue in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I mean, I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it?
Okay.
All right. Swiping now.
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
Security State Bank, your financial partner since 1925 with one simple goal, to be the best bank possible to the families and businesses of South Texas. Check out Security State Bank's competitive rates and services from local people you know and trust. Serving South Texas with 7 convenient locations, including 1726 Highway 90 East in Kerrville. Call 830-538-9898 or online at securitystbk.com. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
Double T Outfitters offers deer, dove, turkey, quail, and exotic hunts in Southwest Texas on over 20,000 low-fenced acres. They facilitate professional guide services, lodging, and fantastic meals while providing the best in Southwest hunting. Contact Double T Outfitters to find out details about their current package hunts. Contact owner Brett Ferguson at 210-413-1597 or online at doubleThunting.com. Follow us on Twitter at MVBroadNet. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network. Here at Medina Valley Broadcast Network, we love all sports. We currently broadcast football, volleyball, basketball, softball, and baseball. We not only serve Medina Valley, we also can broadcast other schools in the area in multiple sports. If your business is interested in having us broadcast a single game or a season, and you want to be part of the action, contact Jeff Stivers at 830-931-4504 or email him at jeff@mvbn.net.
We're back here at Medina Valley, and we have an injured player still down on the field. They're bringing in the ambulance and stuff here, and we can't give you names and numbers or anything like that because of UIL rules and things like that. But
and they put that in so we don't want to get a parent or a grandparent or somebody listening at home having to worry about it. But the young man is moving around out there, so it's
he's conscious and everything, but he's just
precautionary measures right now.
Absolutely, but that's what the delay is here, and so.
And it happened in the last play.
Play of the third quarter. Yeah, so when we come back, it'll be fourth quarter here. Kerrville Tivy leading 21-14, and need to go ahead and read something from the Athletic Boosters here. The Medina Valley Athletic Boosters are in the middle of selling raffle tickets for their major fundraiser of the year, 30 prizes in 30 days. As a result of this fundraiser, they were able to give $10,000 in scholarships and gave back over $10,000 to our sports teams this year. You can purchase a raffle ticket at Jukes, Hillside Boutique Hotel, Community National Bank in Kerrville and Lacoste, 3D Landscaping, MV Spirit Store, Minute Grain and Feed Store, or send us a message via Facebook. You can follow them on Facebook at Medina Valley Athletic Booster Clubs. Also, you can come visit the Medina Valley Athletic Boosters at Old Fashioned Christmas on Friday, December 6th and Saturday, December 7th. MV Gear makes a great gift for sports fans for all sizes and shapes. We will have all our merchandise available, plus our raffle tickets that make great stocking stuffers. Best of luck to all our Panther teams. So go out and support the Athletic Boosters with their raffle and at the Old Fashioned Christmas, December 6th and 7th. We're still tending to injured player out here on the field as we get waiting for a player to come off the field here and get that fourth quarter started, and all the best to him. Hopefully, everything turns out well for him in the end. But as they tend to him, we'll go ahead and take another commercial break and recognize a few more of our sponsors. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Truck Month is back at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest-rated Chevrolet dealership, where you'll get upfront posted pricing with no surprise dealer add-ons. Like on the 2020 Colorado Crew Cab B6, posted at $25,995, plus 3.63% financing for 75 months. Or the all-new 2020 Silverado Texas Edition, posted at only $29,999, or lease for just $330 a month with zero down. Plus, get a no-charge spray-in bed liner and window tint. With deals like these, it's easy to see why more people are buying from North Park Chevrolet than ever before. Find new roads and experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, a proud member of the Koenig Auto Group and a J.D. Power 2019 Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Highest rated dealer based on sales volume and customer satisfaction. Call 210-640-3184 for full price details. For J.D. Power 2019 DOE information, visit jdpower.com/DOE.
Headed out to the game? Then make a stop at your local Valley Mart convenience store. With 12 area locations, Valley Mart is always right around the corner. Fuel yourself and your vehicle with quality branded gas and diesel, snacks, and fountain drinks. Always convenient, well lit with clean restrooms. Valley Mart, family owned and operated since 1984, and a proud supporter of Medina Valley athletics and area youth sports for over 30 years.
Welcome back here to Panther Stadium. Injured player has gone off the field. They took him off in the stretcher. He did give a thumbs up on the way out to let everyone know that he is going to be all right. But best of luck to him, and when they find out what really is wrong with him.
Keep that young man in your prayers tonight,
yep.
Please.
And we'll start the fourth quarter here. 21-14 your score. Medina Valley with it. 3rd down and a yard to go, moving left to right. Then Medina Valley's going to get called for a false start here.
And from 3rd and less than a yard to 3rd and over 5.
Yep. And so the Panthers will move back, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. Ball back to the Panther 46-yard line. You know, after something like that, you got to keep your focus and keep going forward here, and sometimes that's hard to do when you just saw your teammate go off. Out of the gun, 3 wide, out to the left. Marsh out of the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw, and that's batted down. Number 50 for the Antlers gets his hand on it. That's Cole Mixon. One of the linebackers bats it down, and the Panthers are going to have to punt here on 4th down.
Tried to force that ball into Haney. And the big play right there is you come out in the 4th quarter and you get a motion penalty from 3rd and short to 3rd and 5, and the Panthers still have the offense on the field.
Yeah, they do, and here comes Gibson back into the ball game for the Panthers. And they're going to go for it here on 4th down, 6 to go. Ball at their own 46-yard line. They'll send 3 wide out to the left. 4 on the play clock as they're trying to get set, and the Panthers have to burn a timeout because one of their players didn't know which side of the field to be on, and they'll have to burn their first timeout, or actually their second timeout of the half. And so earlier we thought it was Tivy that called that timeout on the punt. It was Medina Valley, but initially it looked like the referee had signaled to the Antlers that they had taken that timeout, but no, now they have it right. Now they have 2 and 2. They showed Tivy with 3 just now, but Medina Valley did call this timeout. They want to talk it over. It's 4th down, 6 to go. Medina Valley looking like they want to go for it here from their own 46-yard line, down 21-14.
Big call here. You know, you still have the whole 4th quarter to go. You're only down by 1 score. This is not the down and distance that's in favor of any offense, much less the offense that Medina Valley has. Down a lineman in tonight's ball game and one of your receivers.
Well, they're going to go for it here.
Short on personnel a little bit here on the offensive side of the ball, but the Panthers will go for it.
Empty backfield, 5 wide. Gibson in the slot out to the right. Marsh out of the gun. Takes a snap. Looking to throw, sets up, fires Gibson high over his head, incomplete. Everyone knew they were going to go to him there, and he kind of got sandwiched there between a couple of guys. And Medina Valley's going to turn it over on downs on their own 46-yard line. Some scores around the district. Lockhart leading Uvalde 38-34 with 4:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the other one, Bernie Champion, up 42-0 with 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
So that game right there alone might punch the Panthers' ticket.
Absolutely.
To the playoffs.
Yeah, if that game ends up, with Alamo Heights with that loss, Medina Valley's in regardless. Out of the gun here, Pinnell still in there at quarterback for the Antlers. Takes the snap. Hands it to Middleton, going around the right side, looking for some room, makes one man miss, and he's going to drag a defender down close to the sticks.
Taylor Weir on the stop, but a couple of missed tackles by Medina Valley.
We'll see where they spot him about 2 yards shy. It's going to be a pickup of 8. It'll bring up 2nd down and 2. They come right back to the line. Pennell out of the gun. Middleton the lone back. 3 wide out left. Tivy moving right to left. Panthers come up to the line of scrimmage and show blitz. Here they come. Takes a snap, throws quickly to Mears. Complete down across the 30 to about the 28-yard line. First down for the Antlers, a pickup of 10 yards.
Mangum and Grove on the stop, but the Antlers are up to the line of scrimmage already, getting the call in from the sideline.
Yeah, and we know they like to go quickly, especially when they start moving the football. They like to come even faster at you. Out of the gun, 4 wide, 2 on each side. Ball at the Panther 28. Medina Valley needs some kind of stop here. Pennell looking to throw. Quick hitter. Makes it complete down across the 25 to about the 26, make it the 23-yard line.
Tyler Mangum on the coverage there for the Panthers. Forces the receiver out of bounds.
6-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 4. 10:32 to play here in the fourth quarter. Out of the gun. 2 on each side once again. Middleton the lone back. Pennell takes a snap. He's looking to throw, sets up, fires to Middleton out of the backfield, makes the first man miss. Flags fly in late. He's gone for a touchdown. We'll see what the flag's going to be on. It's right back at the 31-yard line. If this stands, it would be 27-14, but we'll wait and see what the penalty is on.
Signaling touchdown.
Yep. And it is a personal foul, roughing the passer against the Panthers, so they'll decline that, and it'll be a touchdown for Kerrville Tivy. Now flags thrown. There's a sideline warning against Medina Valley coaching staff.
Well, I can honestly say I didn't see what happened in the backfield.
No, I didn't either. I was watching the play
downfield. But I know one of the Panthers defensive coordinators has seen the wrong side of those flags enough tonight, and frustration just set out there.
Yep. And so Zirkle on to try to tack on the extra point.
Now I don't like the fact that the official's coming over here and keeping the conversation going. He just needs to be professional and get back down there and do his job.
Yeah, and walk away from it. That was Middleton out of the backfield on that touchdown.
Same play they ran to the other side of the formation.
On their last touchdown.
Field, yes.
Yep, absolutely. And they swung it out of that backfield. And, he made the first man miss an open field tackle, and he was gone. 23 yards. It was 23 yards. The ball was at the 23-yard line for that. So 23-yard pass and catch, and that's almost identical to what it was on the other end of the field earlier. And so we're ready to go now as Zirkle will try to tack on the extra point with 10-12 to go here in the ball game. Gets the snap down, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 10-12 to go in the ball game, your new score, Kerrville Tivy 28, Medina Valley 14. Panthers down 14 here with 10-12 to go, going to get the ball back. But, Medina Valley's going to have to – they're going to have to move this ball quick downfield and get a score because they need 2 possessions now.
Yep, you're not a quick scoring team, but it would be nice to break a long one here. Panthers just need to settle down here, get back into this ball game. You still have 10 minutes left to go, but that just comes back to the 4th down call, Jared. I kind of questioned it when you still had nearly the whole quarter going.
And only down a touchdown.
And only down a touchdown. You give them the ball on the plus side of the field.
Yep.
And gave them a short field to work with.
And so Medina Valley ready to receive the kickoff. And so we're waiting for the Tivy kicking team to come out here.
Did they throw a flag on Medina Valley? Are they going to get to kick the ball? What are they? They got the ball lined up on Medina Valley's 30-yard line.
Well, they're going to enforce that penalty on the roughing the passer on the kickoff. 30 yards worth of penalties. Yeah. So they're going to enforce all that on the kick.
30 yards worth of penalties.
Well, look at here. They're gonna kick off.
That's right. They got as far as unsportsmanlike conduct
after the play with the coaching staff. Yeah, so they're gonna kick off from the Panther 30-yard line.
Now you got to watch out for the onside kick.
Well, that's exactly what they're gonna do. And look, Medina Valley, they need to move.
We don't even have our hands team.
No, and they're gonna kick an onside, and there it is. And the Panthers fall right on it. Credit number 50 for the Panthers. Alex Medina, he fell right on that, sure-handed. And the Panthers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Wow, okay. Panthers just need to settle down here. Down by 2 scores.
No, not out of the ball game at all. Just
by any means.
You just need to move the ball and put one in the end zone. Now Uvalde back in front, 41-38, as that game continues to seesaw. They got a weird one up in Lockhart. Champions still leading Heights 42-0 as they start the fourth quarter.
You can say the Panthers' ticket to the playoffs has been punched.
Out of the gun here, takes a snap, looking to throw. Marsh rolling out and with a little time. Now he's going to throw it back across his body, almost picked off. He threw up a dead duck.
Well, but your receiver has to come back and help you out there.
Yeah, he
threw that ball across the field. Your receiver needs to come back to the ball and not stand there and wait on it.
Yeah, and that ball falls incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from your own 20. This is a big drive for the Panthers. They have to move the ball here. You can't give the ball back to Kerrville with you down 2 scores. 10:04 to go in the ball game. Medina Valley comes to the line of scrimmage here, 4 wide receivers. They'll send Pardo in motion. They pitch it to him, going left side, cuts it up the field. He's got nowhere to run. Maybe a yard on the play. If anything, it's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
Mixon on the stop for the Antlers. Yards have been hard to come by here in the second half. Panthers with a scoring drive, but it was only a 1-yard scoring drive.
Yeah, after a fumbled snap on the punt. 3rd down, 9 to go. Ball at the Panther 21-yard line. They need to get it up to the 30 for a 1st down. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right. Out of the gun, Marsh takes that snap, looking to throw. Fires it over the middle. Haney makes the catch, 1st down, gets it up to the 33-yard line. Picked up 12 yards, 1st down for the Panthers.
Brought down in traffic. Cole Mixon on the stop. But a good 3rd down conversion that moves the chains. Panthers still have a breath of life here in the 4th quarter.
Up to the 34-yard line. They gave him a 13-yard pickup on that. As it'll be 1st down for the Panthers here. 8:58 to go in the ball game. Medina Valley with 2 timeouts remaining. Out of the gun, 3 wide out left. Takes the snap, gives it Morales, looking for some room. He fumbled the football, and I think Tivy has it.
I think they do.
And they do. Kerrville Tivy recovers the fumble. Diego Morales fumbles that football on the carry. Tivy recovers it. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the Panther 34, looks like the 34-yard line.
Number 21, Logan Green, came up with the football for the Antlers, and that was a big, devastating turnover.
Yeah, that one hurts you. You give them a short field position, you're down 2 scores already, and the clock's working against you. They actually spotted it the 33. And Brenham in that district beats Weiss 38-21's the final in that game. That was 14-7 at halftime. Weiss. Pennell looking to throw, complete outright side, made the 1st and 2nd man miss, gets a 1st down down across the 20-yard line. Looks like they'll spot him right on the 20, picks up 14 yards, 1st down for the Antlers.
Dawson Groff and J.J. Marty on the stop for Medina Valley.
Tivy out of the gun. Pennell gives to Middleton right up the middle, spins around, gets down to about the 17-yard line, picks up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Grant Snyder and Joe Tarvin on the stop for Medina Valley.
So Antlers looking to the sideline for the play call here. And now they're taking their time. 2nd down and 7 upcoming here. Pinnell to the line. 4 wide receivers here for the Antlers as they move right to left. Takes the snap, hands the ball off up the middle, gets it down to the 15-yard line, a 2-yard pickup. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Becker and Tarvin on the stop for Medina Valley.
So 3rd down and 5 here for the Antlers. 4 wide, 2 on each side. Now they'll send Mears in motion right to left. Pinnell takes that snap, looking to throw, sets up, fires over the middle, touchdown, Kerrville Tivy, and that's McCoy on the reception on the slant route, and he gets into the end zone, and that makes it 34-14 with 7:18 to go.
Just muscle for position inside, and a perfect throw and a perfect catch. And McCoy just utilizing that big size brings it in. Another score for the Antlers here in the second half.
You know, and I hate to say this, but that injured player just sucked the life out of Medina Valley there. You could just kind of feel it after when they came back out on the field for the rest to start that 4th quarter. You know, and when you see one of your players go off on a stretcher like that, it's really hard to bounce back from that, you know, hoping that he's going to be okay, and that sucked the life out of them here in this 4th quarter. That extra point kick is up and good. So with 7:18 to go in the ball game, your new score, Kerrville Tivy 35, Medina Valley 14.
Got a flag down on the play in the backfield where the kick was.
Yeah, where the kick itself
It looked
took
like
place.
their motion unsportsmanlike conduct against Medina Valley. I thought I saw one motion.
Well,
Let's see.
We'll see what the call is from the referee.
Dead ball.
Unsportsmanlike against the Panthers. They'll enforce that on the kickoff.
So they'll kick this one now from the
45-yard line. In about the last 4 minutes, things have really just turned against Medina Valley here in this ball game. There's 7:18 to go in the ball game, and Tivy's going to line up to kick this from the Panther 45-yard line after the unsportsmanlike conduct call. And you got Medina Valley coaching staff is not very thrilled right now, and neither are some of the fans in the stands. Letting them have it here. You know, regardless of the outcome of this game, though, with Bernie Champion leading Alamo Heights 42-0 in the 4th quarter, Medina Valley's going to make the playoffs. And you also have Uvalde leading Lockhart 41-38. And that kickoff is going to go through the end zone and hit the upright.
It's just
and it literally hit it almost to the top of the upright.
And it's just going to depend on what seeding the Panthers will get. It's going to depend on the Lockhart game against Uvalde, because the win against Bernie Champion eliminates the Alamo Heights Mules. It's going to come down to Lockhart and the Uvalde game. If Lockhart wins that game, Medina Valley goes as the 4th place team. If Uvalde wins that ball game, Medina Valley goes as the 3rd place team.
With Brenham winning that district, they won that ball game against Weiss tonight. With them winning that district, the 4th place team will go to Brenham. The 3rd place team will go to Pflugerville and play Weiss.
So either way, the Panthers will be on the road next week. Sam Clendenin will be in for quarterback now for the Panthers. Charlie Marsh's evening is probably over.
Yeah, and Clendenin in there, 4 wide receivers for the Panthers. He's gonna keep it himself as he faked the handoff to Morales, and he's only going to get 1 yard on the keeper. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. And what's going on here? The Panthers down 3 scores, 7 minutes against you. They probably know that champion score. They want to get out of here healthy and get into the playoffs next week with all the healthy players they can.
Vergara on the stop there. And the sad thing about it is, you know,
you were right in this ball game.
Well, and at this point of the game, you're not going to get to next week fully healthy because you've lost the receiver and a lineman so far tonight.
Out of the gun here, 3 wide out to the right. 6:36 and counting to go. Clendenin going to throw. Sets up, fires it down the right side. He's got Vogel, and he can't make the catch. He had him wide open on the field, and Vogel couldn't come up with the football, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
That ball needs to be caught. That's two of them that you had in your hands that could have moved the chains with big chunk yardage, and it just falls to the ground.
So 6:27 to go here. 3rd down, 9 upcoming. As Garza will bring the play in from the sideline. Out of the gun here, they'll send 3 wide out right. Vogel by himself out to the left. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Shuffle pass is complete. Morales looking for some room to run. He's not going to get the first down. Gets across the 30 to the 33-yard line. He's going to be 2 yards shy. It'll be 4th down and 2.
That was
and the
big
punting
number
unit.
40 on the stop there, Connor Scherer. A lot of new clean jerseys out there for the Antlers on defense.
Yeah, and the punting unit coming out for the Panthers. As Eric Klessel will come on to punt. Abel back deep to receive, standing right around his own 36. High punt. Catch made at the 36, and he gets it up across the 45 to about the 47, 48-yard line, and that's where Tivy will start their drive, 1st and 10 at their own 48.
Triple B Bullard on the stop there for Medina Valley.
And we'll see what Tivy does offensively here, if Pinnell stays in there at the quarterback position or who they want to bring in. And it is still Pinnell in there at quarterback. They're sending their starting offense back out onto the field here. The only one not in there is Middleton. Their lone back is number 32, J.D. Rodriguez. Out of the gun, takes the snap, gives it Rodriguez, going around the right side, looking for some room, gets it up across midfield to about the 46-yard line of Medina Valley, picks him up about 6 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 4 to go.
Snyder and Groff on the stop for Medina Valley.
Also a final in the district. Memorial beats Kennedy 28-0. Out of the shotgun, 3 wide to the left here for Tivy. Takes that snap. Looking to throw, fires quickly. Mears complete. And he's going to get right to the 1st down marker, and he's going to have the 1st down. Picked up 5 yards. 1st down for Kerrville.
Grant Snyder on the stop for Medina Valley.
4:48 and counting to go here in the ball game. 35-14, Kerrville Tivy leading Medina Valley. This was a 14-14 game in the 3rd quarter, and the Panthers, after a Tomaselli interception, had the ball with a chance to move down and take the lead. Threw an interception themselves.
It's been all
Tivy since then. 3 wide to the right here for Kerrville. 1st and 10, ball at the 42-yard line of Medina Valley. Hands the ball up the middle, a lot of room to run. Gets across the 35, 30, and he's brought down. A 12-yard pickup and a 1st down run right up the middle for the Antlers. That's number 12 on the carry, Ryan Mayberry.
Snyder and Mangum on the stop, but not before 12 yards down the field and a 1st down.
1st down and 10 here for the Antlers. Ball at the Panther 30-yard line. 3:56 and counting to go here in the ball game. Four wide. Mayberry, the lone back. Low snap. It's on the ground. Picks it up, and they blow this play dead. You got a false start against the Antlers, so that'll make it 1st and 15 and move the ball back to the Panther 35. As they mark off the penalty here. 1st and 15 upcoming for the Antlers. And they'll wind the clock. Under 3:30 to play now in the ball game. Pinnell out of the gun. Takes that snap, gives it right up the middle, and he stopped for nothing that time as Mayberry had nowhere to go, actually lost a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 16 here for the Antlers.
J.J. Marty and Hecker on the stop. Little extracurricular activity, and if this doesn't go against the Antlers, something is bad wrong here.
Unsportsmanlike against Tivy is the call.
Little too late to make it up now.
So they'll march off 15 yards against Kerrville Tivy. So what was 1st and 10 was then 1st and 15. Now it should be 2nd down and 30. And it is 2nd down, 30 to go here. Ball back to midfield. They need to get down to the 20 for a 1st down. Out of the gun. 4 wide receivers here. Takes the snap. Pinnell to throw. Fires quick out to the right. Complete. Made a man miss. That's McCoy on the reception. He gets back to about the 35-yard line. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 15. So they get half of it back.
Groff and Snyder on the stop for the Panthers.
So 3rd down, 15 to go. And the Antlers back to the line. Well, they'll huddle up now. They're trying to eat some of that clock down. Not something they're used to doing, having to eat clock. They're an offense that likes to go very quickly and keep that defense on its heels. Out of the gun, they go 3 wide out left. Mayberry, the lone back, takes the snap, gives it to Mayberry right up the middle, and he gets a couple of yards on the play, only 2. It'll bring up 4th down, and we'll see if they'll let Zirkle come on to try a field goal here.
Grant Snyder on the stop for Medina Valley. Would be a long attempt.
Well, he's made one over 60 in his career.
But why not at this point of the game? Why not send him out there and let him try?
And what they're going to do here is they're going to run this clock all the way down and call timeout and then run him onto the field. The ball spotted at the 33, so this would be a 50-yard attempt if they tried it.
And you may be correct, Jared. That might be what they are setting up here to do.
Yeah, because that play clock's down to 5, and they are going to call a timeout with a minute 12. Well, they was letting that clock run down to a minute 10 left in the ball game. And they are going to run Zirkle out on the field here. And the timeout brought to you by Peerless Equipment Company. And no, they're going to punt. Zirkle out here to punt. I'm kind of surprised they don't let him try a 50-yarder, and so Zirkle will run and punt it toward the right sideline, and it's going to roll inside the 10. A good punt, and that's going to roll dead at the 6-yard line with 57 seconds left on the clock, and Medina Valley will have it 1st and 10 from their own 6.
Well, I could look at it this way. Maybe you don't want to line him up for a big, long field goal, and he puts his foot in there and blows out a hamstring or messes something up.
Yeah.
Because the game is done, decided already.
Yeah, you're right, Maury. And,
I wouldn't have, even if they would have lined up and tried, I wouldn't have said they're bad sports trying to rub it in. I'd say, hey, you need to give him the opportunity just in case you have to make this in the playoffs.
Well, yeah.
So, but then I can see their thing of not trying to make it also.
Clendenin out of the gun with 4 wide. Going to give the ball. Morales up the middle, gets across the 15-yard line, and that's where he's hit and brought down. Looks like he's going to be right at the 1st down sticks.
They are going to stop the clock to move the change. Now the clock is in motion. The Panthers only have to snap it one more time.
Yeah, and they're in no hurry here, but with 3:05 to go, 4th quarter, Bernie Champion leading Alamo Heights 42-7. So that game is all but over there, and the Panthers ready to snap it. Clendenin takes the snap, gives it to Morales. Goes up the middle, and a flag flies in.
Come on, let the clock run out, official.
And so they do throw the flag. And so also Lockhart leading Uvalde 45-41 with 7:58 to go in that ball game. And they will march this off against the Panthers. And then they do a 10-minute run, a 10-second runoff.
Remind me to tell y'all something about this officiating crew.
So, and that's going to do it. They don't have to snap the ball again. And that is going to end the ball game. Your final score here this evening, Kerrville Tivy 35, Medina Valley 14. It turns out to be a 21-point victory for Tivy, but I like to point out that Medina Valley was in this ball game. It was 14-14. Medina Valley had an interception in the third quarter with a chance to go ahead. Threw an interception themselves, and it was all Tivy from there. You had an injured player for the Panthers. He got taken off on a stretcher, did give a thumbs up to let everyone know, like, hey, I'm all right. But he did get taken off, and when you see that happen in a ball game, that just sucks the air right out of you, and it just turned on Medina Valley after that. Final score 35-14. We're going to go ahead and take a break and then come back to finish out this broadcast. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we will continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Truck Month is back at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest-rated Chevrolet dealership, where you'll get upfront posted pricing with no surprise dealer add-ons. Like on the 2020 Colorado Crew Cab V6, posted at $25,995, plus 3.63% financing for 75 months. Or the all-new 2020 Silverado Texas Edition, posted at only $29,999, or lease for just $330 a month with zero down. Plus, get a no-charge spray-in bed liner and window tint. With deals like these, it's easy to see why more people are buying from North Park Chevrolet than ever before. Find new roads and experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, a proud member of the Kalig Auto Group, and a J.D. Power 2019 Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com. Highest rated dealer based on sales volume and customer satisfaction. Call 210-640-3184 for full price details. For J.D. Power 2019 DOE information, visit jdpower.com/DOE.
Headed out to the game? Then make a stop at your local Valley Mart convenience store. With 12 area locations, Valley Mart is always right around the corner. Fuel yourself and your vehicle with quality branded gas and diesel, snacks, and fountain drinks. Always convenient, well lit with clean restrooms. Valley Mart, family owned and operated since 1984, and a proud supporter of Medina Valley athletics and area youth sports for over 30 years.
Nothing but the best sports coverage for Medina Valley.
It really grows on you, doesn't it?
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
We're back here at Panther Stadium as Medina Valley falls to Kerrville Tivy. 35-14 is your final score. And, Medina Valley was in this game, all the way down, till late in the fourth quarter here. But in that third quarter, Medina Valley down 14-7 at the half. They tried an onside kick. They got it to start the second half. Couldn't move the ball, had to punt it away. They pinned Tivy deep in their own territory. They forced Kerrville to a 3-and-out in the snap. The punter, Zirkle, couldn't handle it. Falls to the ground. The Panthers recover it. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. One play later, James Gibson runs it in for the Panthers for the touchdown. We have a tie game, 14-14 on the next possession. Michael Tomaselli comes up with a big interception for the Panthers. They have the ball in decent field position with a chance to drive downfield and take their first lead of the ball game. unfortunately, the Panthers weren't able to move the ball through an interception. And after that, Kerrville-Tivy just went to work and put up 21 unanswered points against the Panthers, and Medina Valley had no answer for that. Kerrville-Tivy comes in here, the number 9 ranked team in the state of Texas. They were as advertised. They were a good team, but they do have some weaknesses, and you can see where a very good football team can hang around with them. The Panthers hung around with them for 3.5 quarters of this game. Unfortunately, just at the end of the game, Kerrville-Tivy was just too much for them.
Yeah, they just kind of outmanned the Panthers down the stretch, and it was just a case of the Panthers just one play away from just stealing the whole momentum and just could not get over that hump. The Panthers never did lead in this ball game. Had a chance midway through the third quarter after the Tomaselli interception, but the Panthers turned the ball over themselves on an interception, and after that it was 21 straight unanswered points by the Tivy Antlers. And the score doesn't indicate on how tough a ball game this was. This was a fight through 3 quarters. The Panthers were playing toe-to-toe with the Antlers, but Tivy just proved to be too much down the stretch for the Panthers. The defense was on the field way too much where the Panthers won the time of possession in the first half. They definitely were on the wrong side of the time of possession in the second half.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Maury. And we'll look at what the playoff implications are. Medina Valley is going to make the playoffs regardless of this loss here tonight. Bernie Champion is leading Alamo Heights 42-7 with under 3 minutes to play in that ball game. So with the Alamo Heights loss, Medina Valley's in. Now the other game to look at, Lockhart is leading Uvalde 45-41 with 6.5 minutes left in that game. If Uvalde would win that game, Medina Valley would be the number 3 team in the district. They would travel to Pflugerville to play Pflugerville-Weiss next week. If Lockhart wins that game, Medina Valley will be the number 4 team, and the Panthers will travel to Brenham to play the Brenham Cubs at about 3 hours from here next week. So
regardless, it's going to be an over 2.5 hour drive. Regardless,
you got a long trip ahead of you next week, but that's the way it works. If you're one of the top 2 teams in district, you get a home game,
and I like that.
I do too, because it comes down to, with them letting so many teams into the playoffs now, it's so hard to find a neutral site for every team to play at. So it makes sense. Let's let the top 2 teams have a home game. Once some teams are knocked out, it's a little easier to find a neutral site.
I was reading the scenarios of the playoff picture going into this final week of district play, and there was one district that had 5 teams in the district. 2 teams were 0-3, and they were playing each other, and the winner of that ball game to finish 1-3 in district play was going to make the playoffs because there's 4 out of 5 that go.
You remember
now, that's watered down.
Yeah, but you remember a few years ago, Hondo was 1-9, made the playoffs because they won the last game of the season, and then won a playoff game nonetheless.
Beat Divine.
Yeah,
and Divine was 10-0.
Yeah, and I mean, what is that? How do you make the playoffs at 1-9?
Well, but you win a game, so what? It's hard to argue one way or the other.
I know.
And
live the dream. Go 0-10.
Yeah, but regardless, Jared. A hard-fought game. What I didn't want to see tonight, and we saw it, is we saw a couple of injuries to key players at key positions. And, as we said, UIL rules won't let us to say the young man's name because we don't want to startle a family member or anything. But none of them were seriously like it was life-threatening.
No, he gave a thumbs up going off on the stretcher. He was awake and alert.
But, Jared, after that, the Panthers were flat.
It sucked the air right out of him.
It was like our fallen player is down on the field. We've given it all we got, and they just couldn't couldn't overcome it.
And I mean, you see that when you look at anything, whether it's pro or college football, if you see an injury like that, it's very hard for a team to refocus after that because all your thoughts are with that player. And, hey, what does this mean? There's so many things running through your head that you almost lose focus of the football game that you've been playing for this whole evening. So, I mean, you can't fault the kids for that. No. That's a tough thing. And, these are high school students. These aren't college or pro athletes, they've probably never seen something like that before. And, you can't fault them for wanting to be with their teammate and wanting the best for them.
Well, and another thing I want to just say, saw a lot of class on the other side of the field during that injury. Their coaching staff was around the injured player too. Their trainers were around the injured player. They helped assist the young man. You got a class act across the field in the Tivy Antlers, and hats off to them. And I want to wish them good luck in the playoffs, because I think the Tivy Antlers and the Champion Chargers have a good shot of representing this district.
Yeah.
Games and games down the line in the playoffs. Not saying Medina Valley can't, because I got a good feeling we are going to learn from what we went up against last week and not go into that district overconfident like we did last year. I really believe it. I think you're going to see a more focused Panther team, but if there's a state title that can be won, it's going to have to come down to the Tivy Antlers or the Bernie Champion Chargers, and I want to wish all of the teams in our district good luck, and I want to wish our friends out west, the Hondo Owls and the Hennis Cowboys and Sabinal. I don't know what their playoff scenarios are, but I want to wish all of Medina County good luck.
Well, and that game was in week 4, and Kerrville Tivy beat Champion 24-19. So a very close game. It was in Kerrville. If that game's in Bernie, you never know.
Right.
I mean, and when you look at that, a play here or there, that game could have went the other way. And so, and when you look at what Medina Valley did against Bernie Champion, it's one play that turned that game for Medina Valley. They were in that game to the end.
It was a
fumble. And it was 20-0, and Medina Valley scrapped back and tied that ball game.
Yep.
Had a chance to take the lead. They scrapped back here against Tivy. This isn't a ball club that lays down and says we're going away. They always try to fight you back. But one of the things I do want to point out here is it has gone final. Bernie Champion beats Alamo Heights 42-7 is the final score. And so Medina Valley in the playoffs with that loss. Now we're just waiting. Lockhart leading Uvalde 45-41, 3:30 to go in that ball game. And that's going to come down to the very end, and what it comes down to for Medina Valley is the seeding. Now, Alamo Heights not out of the playoffs, because if Lockhart loses that game, that's a 3-way tie for 4th place, and I don't know what the points are for that.
Well, we'd have to go back and look week
to
week.
And we're not going to do that right now.
We're not going to do that, because what's important right now is the Panthers have clinched a playoff spot. They're coming off of a hard-fought loss, 35-14, but the score don't indicate on how good a ball game the Panthers played tonight. It was a 21-point loss, but midway through the third quarter, it was 14-14, and the Panthers had the ball looking to take the lead, and an interception just kind of took the air out of Medina Valley, and the Panthers just couldn't recover. But hats off to the coaching staff. They had a great game plan for the Panthers tonight, Jared. Just a couple of plays here and there, a couple of miscues, and that turned the tide. But the Panthers have nothing to hang their heads on. 4-game winning streak coming into this game, and you gave the number 9 team in the state
a run for their money.
3.5 over 3 quarters.
Yeah, and I mean, that's your district champion. They were undefeated in district this year. What I do want to look at here is if they did lose it all this season.
They lost the first game.
They beat Del Rio
to Dripping Springs by 1 point, and that's because the kicker missed the extra point.
Yeah, they lost 14-13 to Dripping Springs. That's exactly right. And then after that, they beat Fredericksburg and beat Del Rio, and then went into district and ran the table there. So they finished 9-1 on the regular season. And I want to remind everybody, you can join us Wednesday night. I believe we're going to have a show.
We definitely will.
Because as long as Medina Valley's in the playoffs, we're going to have a show on Wednesday night, and I'm sure Coach Chris will be there probably, and a few of the players will be there to talk about their upcoming matchup with either Brenham or Pflugerville-Weiss, depending on what the seeding ends up. And they're updating the time on that, 45-41, a minute and a half to go in that ball game.
Unfortunately, for the website, it doesn't show who has the ball.
Right.
So,
all it does is show you the score and the time, and it'll update the score as they go along. But what's going on the field here? Why are all the parents lined up the way they are?
It's a senior walk.
Oh, okay. Because I know that I haven't really seen them do this before, but they're lined up in both end zones.
Yep. It's the senior walk is what it is.
I'd like to take one more chance to thank all of our sponsors here. Our post-game show is brought to you by Security State Bank. And, Maury, we have to pick a player of the game. Player of the game is brought to you by Medina Electric. And Medina Electric exceeds member expectations in everything they do. Player of the game, you can look to, I mean, you got a few of them that are candidates for it. One would be James Gibson with his 2 touchdown runs. The other would be you've got Tomaselli with his big interception. You had Bippert come up with a big interception. You got a couple of players you could give it to.
Well, I think you give it to number 6 and number 5 code players of the game with 2 big turnovers, Tanner Bippert and Michael Tomaselli. Because both of those young men, Jared, at times were on an island facing big number 17 McCoy, holding their own as good as you can against a receiver like that. And, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not – this young man is just – he's big.
He's
tall. He has –
he's about 6'2", 6'3", and he's giving up 6 inches on whoever you're covering.
He's got 6 inches on any defensive back that the Panthers had. They fought him down the stretch as good as they can. He broke away a couple of times, using his physicality, just muscling Panthers away from the ball. A couple of questionable catches that could have been interference, but that's not what won or lost the ball game for the Panthers. The better team came out on top tonight. Tivy showed why they are 9th ranked in the state, but hats off to Medina Valley because they fought tooth and tooth down to the wire.
And final score, Lockhart 45, Uvalde 41. So Medina Valley will be the 4th-place team in district, and that means we'll have to go to Brenham on Friday night to play the Brenham Cubs. And that is a trip. I mean, you're going out towards Houston. It's near College Station. So, I mean, that's a 3-hour trip up there. But, these Panther fans follow their team. We'll have that game live here on the Medina Valley Broadcast Network from Brenham. We'll be there, but tune into the show on Wednesday night. We will be live at Sammy's at 7 o'clock on Wednesday.
So if you miss it, the players of the game, co-players of the game, Michael Tomaselli and Tanner Bippert, and that is sponsored
by Medina Electric.
So congrats to those 2 young men.
And thank you to Security State Bank for sponsoring our post-game show. Thank you to all the sponsors for making it possible to bring you these games here on the Medina Valley Broadcast Network. Without y'all, it wouldn't be possible. Tune in on Wednesday night. 7 o'clock, we'll be on live from Sammy's Restaurant, and we will be on live whatever day that game is against Brenham, but we'll let you know on the show Wednesday night. I would imagine it'll be Friday night, but there's a chance they could always play on Saturday also. So we'll let you know what time and when that game will be. Your final score here tonight, Kerrville Tivy 35, Medina Valley 14. For Maury Stein and Jeff Stivers, I'm Jared Lucky saying good night, God bless, and we will see you next time when